This. Hi everybody, my name's T and today we are doing a ranking every single skill spells and basically everything available that you can buy with a soul stone inside Fear and Hunger Termina. Uh, and right here is my live chat below me. Yes, right there. Everybody say hi YouTube. Yeah, that we are the Fungerlings. Please feed us. Anyway, hi. So last night I realized when I was browsing tier list maker that there wasn't really any tier list regarding every single skills and spells in the game. So I went ahead and made one myself. Admittedly, didn't really crop most of them good enough, but you know. Hi YouTube. So anyway, let's start, shall we? Okay, so we divide it into this. There's certain skill that I want to take every single run. I'm gonna move my camera to make my point. There's certain skill that I want to take every single run, like this one. Sometimes things are just good enough. Good enough. It's not like something that I always take, but it's good. So I kind of take it most of the time. And then now we have the not necessary one. I mean, yeah, it's there, but you know, I could get something better. But sure, why not? And then unfortunately, there are things that's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. It seems cool, it sounds cool, but it's not worth it at all. And then there's a certain tier for skills that I'm gonna get into real quick that I would describe as, do you want to kill yourself? But in a fancy way. Those are the type of skills I'm talking about, and they are all gonna go here. You can kind of guess which one goes there now, can't you? There's a chat filter. Yeah, there's I have like the basic normal chat filter, unfortunately, but yeah, like not that little, of course, but the content is still young. I guess maybe most people don't most people don't create slop for the game. I feel. There's a lot of slop content for Fear and Hunger, but I feel like tier list is like another tier of slop content, which I am happily engaged in because like nobody has done it so far. So you know, what's the worst can happen? Anyway, let me begin. So start off, we have diagnosis. Well, if you guys don't know, diagnosis is a Daan unique skill. It is a blank soul skill. Diagnosis, I'm actually gonna pull up the wiki.gg for this skill list. There we go. Ay ay ay, mamma mia. Mamma mia. There we go. So, diagnosis is a Daan unique skill right over here. Give an option to examine the defeated enemies in the overworld to find their weakness. Hey, I'll be honest, I can just search that up. It's not that good. Diagnosis is not that good. You can literally search up weakness of most enemy in the game. And even like you would think something like this will be like, oh, you search up the weakness of an enemy and then every turn after that it will show like, hey, this enemy is weak to this damage. It doesn't. It just shows you like, hey, this enemy is weak to blunt, to otherworldly, to fire. And that is something that you can just easily search up from the wiki.gg. So unfortunately, it's just not worth it. Diagnosis is just not worth it. Why are you guys singing like lyrics to a song in the chat? Next up we have medicinal. And medicinal is actually a tier higher because look at this. You basically can now harvest organs from fallen enemy. And for the cost of 10 mind, you basically can cure a lot of like status effect. And some of these, fracture, blindness, is not something that any character can just cure, right? You need very specific healing items for it. Most of which are not easy to be accessible. Like straight up blindness can only be cured if you like do a Sylvian circle, as well as fracture. Here, I'll show you what fracture does. Fracture is something that you can get from certain enemy in the game, including Marcoh's Moonscorch form, right here. The only way to cure it is either Sylvian Circle or Remedial Fracture, which is Daan's skill, we just see it earlier. extremely good. Cause like imagine losing 20% of your max health and then losing it more every time your hunger is low, right? It's really really good. But again, that makes like what makes Daan like kind of unique from other character is that his ability as a doctor. I am not, well, depends on the situation, Ari. I'm not gonna put Marine all of Marina skill on top tier. So yeah, medicinal is gonna go. I say it's just good. It's just good to have. I didn't know fracture was a thing in Termina. Oh yeah, it is very much a thing. Here I'll show you who can create it. Either the giant race mass or Goldbro smaller. And like losing 20% of your max health is like, it's bad. And that also just makes like, it also makes like the fact that hunger is so much more of a prevalent thing. That's why Massimo is always like such a pain to deal with. Yeah, it's not cruel. So yeah, good skill. I say it deserves its tier and is just good. And also, even if you're not like curing like fracture or blindness, there's also the ability to, I'll show you guys myself, the ability to cure toxic, the ability to cure poison. Most like some of the most like are really common. Infected arm and leg, those are so good when you move in the overworld. So always helpful, always helpful. Next up we have organ horror, organ harvest. Like I'm like, I don't know. I'm like Freddy Fast, like horror. Focus. Organ harvest is you give an option to harvest organ. This is basically what you need to actually make medicinal works, and it's good. And well, that's as far as it goes. But really, you can't really have medicinal without organ harvest now, can't you? So that is just gonna go into the same tier as medicinal because these two kind of go with each other. And like what? That's what, one extra soul stone. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But now that I think about it, no, it's just good. It's just good. I'll put it there. Yeah. You know so much about fungar. Please let me have. No, you have to stay in the basement until I teach you how to play master mode. Sorry. Precision stance. This is a personal favorite of mine. Unfortunately, it belongs in just not worth its category. Unless you're going for like a very specific build with like weapons that have like a low chance of hitting. Precision stance is just, I'm gonna show you guys what it does. There we go. It gives a accuracy boost, and accuracy boost can be found here in the player buff section. Accuracy boost is a unique thing. Plus 25 hit rates for physical attack only. Now I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's shit. That's really shit. 25% physical hit rate. If it was maybe 50%, then sure. And physical attack has always have like a really high chance of hitting anyway, And fun fact, this doesn't really stack with any other. There's really not any other like way to stack your hit rate up besides the glasses. And now if I plus 25% along with like the plus bonus that you get from glasses, an item that you can find in Fear and Hunger. Hold on, glass. Glasses? No, it's like, oh, is it like eyeglasses? Yeah, eyeglasses. There we go. Plus 80% hit rate. I'm coming around to this. I need to test it out actually. Wait, does a 125% hit rate just mean you can just like one shot most physical enemy? Like you can just literally target their heads? That surely can't be how it works. That sounds overpowered. Not that Fear and Hunger is like new to overpowered thing, but huh. I need to test it out to actually know if it works or not. But so right now I'm just gonna leave it in like the slot that I always leave it in. It's just not worth it. But if we have like a 100% hit rate for physical attack, I say it's good. Physical only is the best in this, yeah. If it will work for magic, maybe we'll consider it, because Black Orb or Black Smog or like any of the Gorgoroth or like any of the Venusia skill, all the AoE damage, those are really good with like some hit rate, which the precision stance doesn't provide. Alright, up next, personal favorite of mine, and every single fanfic that relates to Daan has it, Magna Medicinal. So if you guys don't know, Magna Medicinal is basically giving you the option to sacrifice one of your body parts to revive an ally in combat. Unfortunately, the skill does not work outside of combat. So you basically can only like revive someone, but only during combat when they just die. And I can recall the number of times that I use the skill when I play as Daan. A total of 1 time over my 200 hours of Fear and Hunger. 1 time. Because again, if you do your game right, your friend won't die that much. And the idea that you have to sacrifice a limb, is like very disadvantageous, right? Like, it's not worth it to do it for the ghouls. It's not worth it to do for like Black Caliph or any other party member, unless you're playing like a very specific run. I only care about this skill, like 0%. It's just not worth it. But, well, I guess it's just more necessary. But yeah, not necessary. But yeah, it doesn't work out of combat. Man, it's cool they added it though. Yeah, it seems too overpowered to work outside of combat. Do you know what I mean? There's so much. Because here's the thing: certain events in the game leave dead contestant bodies on the ground. Unless it is like mutilated, I don't think it's like easily to revive those bodies, right? Like Henryk have his like brain bashed out by Caligura. Levi have his brain bashed out by Caligura. There's a certain pattern here. But there's straight up like there's so many dead bodies in the overworld that Magna Medicinal makes sense that it can only heal people inside combat. But that's about it. And now we have the skill that makes Daan a playable character, like the most viable skill of his entire kit, Analyze. Analyze reveals the weakness of, like, it basically, whenever you're scared of like a certain enemy, you have like higher chance to miss them and you take more damage from that. This is the only skill in the game that allows a player character to inflict that status effect onto someone else. And now here's another fun part. If you inflict the weakness status effect on the head of an enemy, the body part that have a highest chance of like evasion, because if you just hit it once, it is dead. Most head of the enemy in the game is very like low, low health. Analyze can do that. And you basically have a clear way to take out 90% of the early game enemy, besides a few specific one. And unfortunately, it doesn't work for like most major bosses, but it's really good. Analyze is pretty good for lore purposes, I think. No, our Analyze is a different skill you're thinking of, buddy. You're thinking of Diagnosis. This is the lore one. Will reveal like information about the lore. But Analyze is a different skill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. There's a difference between them. So that's why I rank Diagnosis so low, but Analyze is incredibly high. One of them actually have a uses in game. Thank you. It's okay, you don't have dementia, you're fine. Anyway, I'm gonna put Analyze. It's just good. Of course, it's not something I take every run because basically, other character can do more in one turn than Daan do more in one turn, right? Daan can analyze in one turn, and then he has to attack next turn. Not good. We're not factoring in the extra turn, we're just like very much start in like the beginning of the game type of way, right? Is this skill good if you take it early on? I say Analyze is just good, but it's not like incredibly good because there's a certain character who has like way more better skill to use. Let's continue, yeah? Alright, it's right here. Oh yeah, baby, it's wrench toss, it's so high. Where's the metal pipe sound effect? Oh yeah, hold on. Metal pipe sound effect. There we go. Wrench toss, we don't have anyone who loves wrench toss in the game. What? Let's hear that one more time. Yeah? Do we love wrench toss, people? Do I hear it? Can I hear it? One more time. Just one more time. Okay, lovely. Oh yeah, wrench toss. Genuinely the best skill in the game. Like nothing can compare. Straight up the ability to stun one enemy for it can go stun for like up to 1 or 2 turns, and it's because it's like an Abella unique skill that makes Abella some of the best character in the game. Like, Easy, the best character in the game. Oh hi, hi. Well, 1 second. Hi Boris. Hi, good to see you. Good to see you. See, when you're gonna stop eating shrimps with the wimps and some lobster with the monster? What was that? No. There was a different iteration of that Northern Lion, mate. When are you gonna stop eating shrimps with a wimp and start sucking cocks with a yeah, I remember that one. The first time I learned about combat in the Festum was wrench toss. Wrench toss is just that good. I just described what it does, but I'll do it again. Stun one enemy, and stunning guarantees that they cannot move that turn. So whatever limbs that you're attacking, like let's say the evil twisted priest is gonna cast hurting on me. If I wrench toss that limb, he can't anymore. Stunning is a really good status effect in this game, and that's why a reliable way to cast that status effect, like wrench toss down here, I'm pointing at it, really good. It's actually insane. It's so funny. Like this ginger threw a wrench at you and out of your arm, and you're done. Yeah. And here's another funny part. Wrench toss does enough damage to one shot. I say, let me name out like all of the enemy that you can one shot with wrench toss, right? You can one shot the sickle villager, the knife villager, the wolfhound. Only one of them in the main town, unfortunately. You can one shot the like basically most of the enemy in the main game. Have you seen any other character that can do that? One-shotting most of the early game enemy and does not struggle at all. And fun fact, the pipe villager, you can one-shot his arm and then get rid of his arm with like the rest of the wrench. Pipe villager is a struggle to fight with as any other character. He deals so much damage, and you need to deal like 300 to get rid of his limb. It is so helpful. That's why it's like a take it every run. And hey, the moment that you walk out the main game, like the early game from Old Town and the slum and everything, right? Wrench toss is still good. Because at this point in the game, I guarantee you that no other character can stun as well as Abella. And if you have one way to stun, you only need like a lot of DPS to get rid of the limb. And we're talking about a circle boss fight. Having Abella is enough to stun one arm, and the other arm just focus on DPing us down, and you're done with the game. It's just that easy. Oh, you wanna know something? On a Karin Massimo stream? Say it, Bamboo, I'm listening. As you say, I'm gonna continue on the next skill. Short circuit. It's gonna be belong in the not necessary, but good to have tier. Do you wanna know why? Short circuit allows you to basically open up the, here, I'm gonna show you the description for it. Allows you to open doors with electronic panels inside tunnels. Do you want a little bit extra items and a little bit of a shortcut between areas? Do you want that? If you want that, then short circuits is for you. And I probably would have ranked short circuits way higher if there was actually more rewarding things behind those doors. But 90% of the time it's just shells and chests, and it's not really like endgame defining items, right? Short circuit is just fine. It's just fine. And that's fine. Sometimes we have skills like that in game, and that's okay. This one guy was watching, had everything going right, no deaths, all the good item, he even survived the Rancid the Circle attack with no arm guard and didn't lose any limb. That's insane. But went out to die to the Pipe Moon Scorch villager. No fucking way. That's had to be like how he's gonna be like struggling a lot with his character, and then like the Pipe villager was the thing that like ends it all. That's so fucking funny. Lesbian yapping about ginger lesbian. Give me a break, okay? Stop bullying me. It's not. I can link it. Oh, please do. We're gonna show that on stream later. We want to watch this guy's failure. Let's continue on to the next Abella skill, right? Oh, I should also do this. I will tell you that certain skill can be learned by multiple contestants at the same time. Short circuit is a funny thing. It can be learned by both Abella and Olivia. So, you know, it's good to know, because if you're playing as Olivia and you want to collect like short circuit early on without using your skill, which I'm gonna be honest, it's not really worth it, but you know, you can do that. You can do that, absolutely. I'll be back soon, chat. I'll see you in a bit, Bamboozle. Alright. Metal really is a weakness for Wrenched Pipe to kill. So next up we have Trapcraft. Guys, I'm so sorry. do you want to know what trapcraft do? You can make bear traps and booby traps. As an item that 90% of the like players that play Fear and Hunger don't use, because there's like certain situation where it's good, and then there's situation where it's not, and you straight up there's no uses for bear trap and booby trap inside combat. Someone need to correct me on that, but their main use is to put down in the overworld so an enemy can step over them. The booby trap makes them and here's one of my favorite thing lore parts in the game. Do you know that there's a certain enemy debuff that called hold on, can't do shit. In the game file, there's a certain debuff for all enemy in the game that calls can't do shit, where they basically says skips 1 or 2 turns on the targeted parts. It is different from concussion, that the ability to like stun an enemy with like a wrench shots and stuff, but can't do shit is just a really funny status effect. And booby traps can cause that. I often use it for death mask. Oh yeah, it's good. You can get rid of death mask legs, but like does that you know, can that handle death mask like head in one shot? Like I'm looking for like if I can one shot the death mask head in one turn, then maybe it deserves like a higher tier. But again, there's like abundance of them, right? You can find them everywhere in the main world. If you kill August, you can even get like three bear trap. It's just really good. Sorry, coffee break. Can I make a tea traps when I put Olivia in a trap and catch a tea? I would follow that. Just a scrungy PNG of Olivia has under like a box, a cardboard box, and then you pull the string out and then the stick be gone and the box fall down. Yeah, you can make that trap and I will fall for it if it has Olivia in it. I love Olivia has, girl. I love her to death. Anyway, can't do shit is a really funny status effect, but it doesn't make it any better. It's just not worth it. Is there going to have a Spice Force skill? I would say, you know what? I'll make a separate tier for that and create like a clone version of it. Okay, I'll do that. Cause again, I need to remind you, Spice Forge have 3 iterations for every single spell in the game. That's a lot of spells that I can't just put onto the board. But I would definitely rank them because a lot of them are really cool and have a lot of good exploit I'm gonna show you guys later. But yeah, so far Trapcraft is definitely not gonna go any higher than it's just not worth it. On to Weaponcraft S tier. Weaponcraft allows you to access a menu of 4 different weapons, 3 of which are extremely helpful, 1 of which is not. Now, let me tell you about damage over time as a thing in Fear and Hunger Termina. It is really good. In a game where you have to constantly guard to guarantee that you don't lose too much HP, you don't lose your limb, you don't like die, the ability to just be there like, hey, I'm gonna cast a status effect on you that deals damage to you every turn, and I'm just gonna guard, and I'm gonna defend myself every single turn, and you can still win like that. Sandman's Kiss. Hold on 1 second, it's gonna load. Guarantees a 100% to poison. Okay, that's cool. Lantern Flail. Guarantees a 60% chance of burning. That's extra charge of damage over time. Meat Grinder, the #1 weapon in the entire game. No weapon can go towards like the DPS level that Meat Grinder can. And what can it do? 100% bleeding. And it hit 3 times. With a full party of only 3 weapons from the Weaponcraft selection, you can melt down 100% of the enemy in the game. I'm not joking. Lagarde would die in 3 turns if you can DPS, like cast like enough DPS to onward to his torso. It's just so good. Burp. In general, which character do you think has the best skill tree? I would argue Osa or Abella. Either between those 2. But so far, Abella have access to the strongest ability in the game, and Osa has the best utility in the game, given like Spice Forge exists, but we're gonna get to him pretty soon. That is why Weaponcraft is gonna be an S tier, even above Wrench Toss. It's just that good, buddy. It is just that good. Meat Grinder, my love, yes. Strongest weapon in the game. And fun fact, if you play your run right, you can get a total of 3 different Meat Grinder. That's right, 3. That is really good. I'll tell you the location of all of it as well. The first one is that you can find it in the classic bunker 4, the bunker where you find Osa and Stitches. You can find one there. The second one can be found if you defeat the mob, the dangerous mob. I know it's gonna be difficult, but if you have one way to stun, you can absolutely like solo the mob fight. And then the third meat grinder can be found if you steal it from Abella. This is why we didn't get the 3 meat grinders, Ari. The last time we did that, we were playing as Abella. We can't steal from ourselves, right? We can only get it if we have we choose the steal skill. When we steal from Abella, that gives us a extra bench grinder, and we can use that one to make another meat grinder. So in a hypothetical really good run, you can get 3 meat grinders. I didn't know that. Well, now you do. The more you know, eh? Here, I'm gonna confirm it as well. Yeah, bench grinder is right around here. There we go. There's 3 of them in the game. You can be stolen from Abella, you can guarantee from mob, and can be found on level 2 of tunnel 1. Oh, it wasn't tunnel 4, it's tunnel 1, but yeah. That's awesome, yes. So if you want to do a run with 3 meat grinders, you absolutely can. And I guarantee you, 1 meat grinder is enough to solo most enemy. 2 meat grinder means you can kill them in turn 1, and 3 meat grinder is just excessive. But it's fun, so who cares, right? Alright, on to the next skill, shall we? Latent Macabre. Latent Macabre is a Osa signature skill. It is basically like this. For every turn, oh my god, 500%. That's why magic is so good. For every single turn that you survive in combat, your magic attack goes up by upwards of like 500% DPS. 500% is a lot. Magic attack is very strong in this game. Most enemies don't have evasion towards magic or like any defense against magic. You can one-shot a lot of enemy with just this. Latent Macabre is an incredibly amazing skill. 3 meat grinders, but it will cost you Abella. Yeah, you have to actually kill Abella to get it, unfortunately. But yeah, Latent Macabre, overwhelmingly overpowered, is gonna go up there, even above the range toss, because if you're trying to go for a magic build but you don't have Latent Macabre, what's the fucking point? You know? Absolutely down. Also breaking it down Latent Macabre on the dance floor and the enemy just dies. Oh yeah. Osa skill is just really powerful. The next one you have is meditation. Now meditation is funny because the only reason why you would take meditation is to get greater meditation. If you guys don't know, whenever now here I'm gonna explain this like you guys like don't even play the game, even though most people in the chat have already does, but I will explain it like this so most people who are new to the game can understand this. Whenever you guard in the game, or whenever you like finish one turn, you will get 1 rev point. And what rev point do is that you can get up to like 3 of them, and then you can use it to increase your damage. 1 rev point doesn't do anything, but using 2 rev point and then attack, it will increase your damage by 40%. If you use 3 rev point, you can attack twice with your physical weapon. That is really good. Increase damage and then attack twice, like oh my god, yes, I would take that. It is a really good skill. Meditation, make sure that instead of getting 1 rev point per turn, it will give you 2 rev point per turn. That's really good. But then we have greater meditation, like I'm a POV, you have ADHD and you have greater medication to help you like cure your not cure, help you soothe down your ADHDness. But yeah, greater meditation, it gives you +2 rep point per turn if you guard. So imagine this is the end game for most character. Attack on your extra turn, guard, and then you got 3 rep point to do whatever you wish with. A lot of spells in game need rep point to work. A lot of like physical attack is good if you have 3 rep point. It's just good. Oh yeah, Latent Macabre also has that bug when you recruit Osa for the first time. Yeah, when you recruit Osa for the first time, his base damage would be just like the total damage of Latent Macabre, so he can literally like cast Hurting, it will deal 1500 damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't really last long because the moment that you leave like a transition area, the effect will be gone, unfortunately. But it's very good. I just like explain the bug burp. When you first initially recruit him from Tunnel 1, where you can find Stitches, he is having like a very buggy magic attack stat, making it so much higher than it usually is. That means any like magic attack he deals will deal so much more damage, and it's really fun. Unfortunately, there's not like a reliable way to like guarantee that lasts through the entire game, but it is fun. It is fun. So meditation is I'm gonna put is just good, and greater meditation to be S tier, because most of the time you would want to take it every single run. Like, oh my god, I can guard and I gain so much from like preventing. I can prevent myself from taking damage, and I can like basically make sure that I have enough power to strike again next turn. So good. Mm-hmm. We'll see it later. Yes, we'll see it later. Absolutely, bamboozle. Mm-hmm. Oh, so yeah, great meditation is gonna go up there, maybe behind the dance macabre. Okay. All right, so let's continue, shall we? I was gonna make something. Oh yes, there's a little bug that can happen when you like get greater meditation. There we go. You see this? It says no effect. It does. However, the bug occurs like this. In the current 1.9.1 version, learning meditation after perfect guard will cause both skills not to work. So make sure that you learn Osa's skill before you learn the Marcoh skill. Okay? This bug is very detrimental. It's actually so sad when you think about it. The video in question. I'm gonna see it in a little bit, so I'm gonna assess this for myself. Extremely tragic. Yeah, I imagine a lot of progress would have been lost and a lot of good item would have been lost. So, you know, it's just fear and hunger. Sometimes shit happens you can't control when you die and then you lost 4 hours in progress. I know, Ari knows that feeling. Ah. Alright, so let's continue on the next Osa overpowered skill, shall we? Like going as far as surviving, no arm goes to circle, yet a pipe kills you. Tragic but funny. Spice Forge. Now, this is disgustingly powerful. Disgustingly powerful. If Abella is like the early game character, then the end game character. No, Abella's not even an early game. She is both a early, mid, and end game character. This is a like basically all of Abella's skill combined, but like somehow make it even better. If you don't know, Spice Forge, here I'll show you the skill list version of it so you guys can actually see a better description of it. Spice Forge gives you 3 types of spice. Number 1, the white one. If you can basically assign these spice to spell that you have learned throughout the game. Spell are accessed by buying skills from the Hexen, which you need God Affinity to do so, but most of the spell that you can learn can be found here in the Spice Forge menu. And then you can assign certain spices to skill to make them have a extra little oomph to it, a little punch to it. I'm gonna give you an example. The white spice triggers the spell to activate at the start of battle. Do you know Blood Golem? The spell where you have to waste a turn to summon a Blood Golem that can tank you for you some damage and can deal some damage back, right? First spice, white spice on Blood Golem, meaning that you can summon a Blood Golem right at the start of the battle. You can summon a Blood Sword right at the start of battle. You can cast Black Smog, which I'm gonna say this by the way. Black Smog can one-shot 90% of the contestant in the game if it hits in the head at the start of the turn. You can literally skip fighting all contestants if you have White Spice Black Smog, and you are set for a long time. Spice Forge is really good. A little oomph, yes, a little extra oomph. Oh, Black Smog is really scary, yeah, and incredibly scary. Scary. Both for the player and for the enemy, because if the enemy can cast Black Smog on you, that's a guaranteed chance to blind you, and like I said before with Daan's skill session, oh no, you cannot clear blind, and when you are blind in the overworld, you are literally walking around with the screen dark. You cannot see shit. It's so bad if you actually get hit by it. Thank God there's only one enemy in the game that can cast blind. Nope, there's 2. There's 2. Just not Judgment. Tanaka Moonscorch form can do it, and the second one is the annoying enemy that I'm gonna show you guys real quick. What was is the enemy that can summon Bobby? Is what Inquisitor? Yes, that was their name. Inquisitor can be found at various area in the main city of Prehevel, And these guys can have a chance of casting. There we go. Where is it? There we go. He can cast Black Smart with a bell arm. His torso can cast Hurting. Oh yeah. So he can both like cut off your limb and then like blind you at the same time. Such a dangerous enemy. So that makes his loot just like a little bit better, but it's really not. Look at this, come on. It's pathetic. They're always ringing their bells in town. Always ringing their bells in town. Marina also can cast Black Smart. Also double Marina. Let me search that up to get like give you guys a guarantee confirmation. Marina double ganger can cast Black Smart, that is for sure, but I'm not sure can she cast. There we go. Both of them have a chance to use 4 attack. Pyromancy trick, Flesh Puppetry hits 4 times, Black Smog, and if both her arms are gone, she can use Tackle. Oh, so double Marina cannot use Black Smog, I think. That's interesting, yeah. Marina, so beautiful. This is the different Marina. This is the evil, twisted version of Marina, unfortunately, Ari. I know, it's heartbreaking, but it's the evil, twisted one. I should have pieced together. Yeah, most doppelganger inherit the skill from the contestant. That makes them like almost identical to combat, which is why I do like the pre-evil plasma for giving it like a little bit more variety. Freak Rena. Oh yeah, what's it? Freak Naka, Freak Rena. Oh, Freak Abella, but like it's not just a concept. Oh yeah. Sorry, coffee break. 1 second. There we go. Let's continue. Alright, so Spice Forge is just like overall a powerful skill. And I'm gonna show like a little exploit they can do with Spice Forge. Actually I can just show it here. So did you know that Spice Forge has a glitch where if you put, there we go, Black Orb, right? We all know Black Orb. It's a classic. It's from Fear&Hunger 1. It deals damage 4 times and it deals magic damage and scales with your magic damage. What am I saying? That's just like a combination of words that does not make sense. Anyway, did you know that if you like use a spice on Black Orb, it will cause all other party member in your party to have that skill as well? Did you know that? If Black Orb was learned before Blood Golem, by any Spice Forge version of the skill will appear on every party member. I have one run. I'm gonna show that video right now. Hold on, yeah, let me show it to you. My video. I have a run where I was doing a B ending Marina run, right? I was having Levi, a Black Caliph, and a Ghoul on my team, and the amounts of time that the Ghoul and Black Caliph straight up cast like Black Orb onto Lagarde as I fight him, it's really fucking funny. Can I ask something random, guys? Sure, tell me about Hello Hobbit. Tell that while we watch this video of myself. I don't like watching video of myself. I feel so cringy listening to my own voice. Pause, please. I just want to see the good stuff. This is the Marina run that I did the other day. Hi, everybody. I was so tired that day. And if I go far enough, I can find it. I fight the hardest one. Cool. There we go. So let's see the fight that I did with Percolate, right? And see what happened, yeah? I'm just gonna mute myself. Yep. Alright, pay attention. Did you just see that? Look at Black Caliph. Black Caliph just cast Greater Black Orb. The Ghoul just cast Greater Black Orb. Do you know what I mean? Spice Forging Black Orb is so good. All party member can have that, and Black Caliph is dead. But still, what an amazing little exploit, right? It's so good. I love the Gorgora symbol. I don't know why, but I unironically love it. I drew over 50 times, 10 with my glitter pen, and now the cool thing. Yeah. It's just like a very symmetrical symbol, and it's just fun to draw, right? So yeah, Spice Forge absolutely deserves its place in the highest thing that you can take at every single run. This is what you want every single run. Alright, on to the next. Advanced Botanism. I'm gonna show you what it does actually. Advanced Botanism. You unlock the recipe for a lot of like more healing items. And These two you see right here, right? Mixed heart between dark blue is the only way to reliably getting greater regen. Greater regen heals you for 50% of your HP every single turn. If you have 100 HP, that means every turn that you are not doing, like you're not don't even do anything, it lasts for the entire battle, and it heals you for 15 HP every turn. It is so good, so good. On top of that, you have access to Condensed Lavender, it heals you for 150 mind. Condensed Blue, it heals you for 150 health. Condensed Green, it heals like 4 different status effects. So if you after you're fighting with needles and you ran out like healing stuff, Condensed Green is there for you. It is such a good like healing items. It is so good. Advanced Botanism is up there in the classic and you don't have to do anything for it, it's just passive. It is just good. Just so good. I'm gonna put it as just good. Yeah, advanced botanism. It's not the overpowered thing that we're gonna get real quick, but yeah, that's one of my favorite skills to get from Olivia's side of the story. The original option is either picking for Olivia is either picking between advanced botanism and short circuit. Of course, that's why you always pick advanced botanism, but you know, short is give you like a myriad of ways to like heal yourself early game is so much more better. The carving makes me think of an eclipse. It relates to the old Mayan or Aztecan, I don't, sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that word, belief that the eclipse meant the end of the world, aka destruction, and Grogorath is the god of destruction. Yeah, it's like very much like a circle in line with another one, so maybe it's like a eclipse is like a really good image to like infer from it. Yeah, we love botanists in this house. So yeah, advanced botanism is just a good skill. It's just a good skill. On to the next, poison tip. Poison tip is a kind of a unique skill in the sense that it is a thing that you want to do before a battle. Like you want to prep up with your like some status effect, you want some buffs, you want some like heroin into your veins at the start of battle, you do that. Poison tip is one of those skills. It can actually inflict a, let's search for like a player buff, right? There we go, poison tip. Your weapon has a 50% chance to inflict poison. Surprisingly, if you don't have access to, yes, you can use poison tip right before a battle or during battle. So you can just do it before battle, yeah. It gives you a 50% to inflict poison. It is a Olivia skill. And now I would say this, to give it like the benefit of like a uniqueness, the only other guaranteed way to make sure your weapon have poison is through Abella's weapon craft. And you can get the Sandman's Kiss, the officer sword attached to the heroine that has a 100% chance to inflict poison, right? These two are the two reliable way to inflict poison on an enemy, and I say that is really good. But there's a better option down the line when you check the Olivia skill. So I say it is good, but it is not necessary. I never have like a battle where, oh my god, poison tip is the only way for me to win this battle now. I need to do this. You know? I never have a situation like that before. So it's just good to have. I'm just gonna put it right there. Undergrowth awareness is going into this tier. It's going into the it's just good. Because what you would undergrowth awareness allows you to harvest all of the overpowered herbs available in the overworld that other character cannot access. Dark blue root give you regeneration. Poison hemlock can poison an enemy. Nettle stuns enemy for 1 turn. It is as good as wrench toss because again, stun is a really good status effect to have. A reliable way to stun an enemy. Oh yeah, count me in. Wild dagger is like an item that if you smoke through the pipe, the same way that you would smoke a tobacco, it will heal you for like 50 or like 60 or 70 mine. I can't remember the exact number, but wild dagger is like a good way to reliably heal mine. Undergrowth awareness is just a very good skill, and I feel like all of Olivia's skill is just so good. It's genuinely like crazy. Whoa, yeah, it's just such a good skill, right? It's 100 mine. Oh yeah, that's, there we go, Burb just said it. 100 mine for 1 item. And there's a myriad of like wild dagger that you can find in the overworld. Yeah, it is incredibly good. T being biased, shut up, I'm being I'm not. I'm not at all. I just love my wife, and I love the fact that how overpowered she is compared to the other character. But this isn't enough, buddy. Oh no. There's a reason why the skill isn't good, but there's just one skill that will straight up ruin the game. Toxicology. Now listen to me, right? Toxicology gives you 2 recipes. You would think that's weak, right? Well, let's check what toxicology can gives us, right? Condensed nettle and condensed hemlock. So first of all, condensed nettle. It inflicts the irritation status. If you don't know, irritation makes the enemy takes more damage. Here, I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Irritation. It makes the enemy has like a 30% chance, like less 30% chance of hitting you, and it makes him more vulnerable to magic and physical damage. And this thing is really good. It lasts for the entire battle, but that's not why we're here. It inflicts this. Can't do shit 1. Hey, the chance of making an enemy stun for like 1 or 2 turn. That's not bad. That's really, really not bad, right? And now here's on to the ultra reason why Master Mode Olivia is a very not only viable but would be like a top tier build. Condensed Nettle inflict the toxic status effect. And like I mentioned before, damage over time is such a very powerful thing. Hey, 15% HP. So this scales with like the enemy's HP. The Heartless one. I'm gonna show you how much HP the Heartless one has. The Heartless one. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay? The Heartless one, genuinely the most difficult enemy in the entire game. Her torso has a total of 8400 HP, right? But if you cast condensed nettle, no, condensed hemlock onto her torso, every single turn she will take 3,420 damage. Now I don't know if the math is adding up, but 3,420 damage per turn is way higher than any single character that can do in the entire game. It can drain away HP of 90% of the genuinely the hardest boss fight in the game, and all you have to do is just poison hemlock, guard, and then heal yourself up in your extra turn. The most overpowered skill in the entire game. And you need to collect herbs for it, but hey, there's an abundance of them in the main world, so I don't know what you're struggling with, okay? It's just so good. Yeah, HP drain is very good, especially for bosses. Yes, damage over time, stacking them up, and eventually all enemy would die. The DPS that potential that even something like weapon craft can do, I don't know, with the meat grinder, the DPS and all the damage from that is not nowhere as near as you can do with a single poison hemlock. It's just so good. So good. Alright, on to the next skill. And here's a personal favorite of mine. This is Karin's sour skill, the Endless Soul. So Karin has access to what I would describe as utility skill. Incredibly utility skill. She has access to Persuade. Now I want you to imagine this. Persuade gives you an extra thing to do every single combat, and I think that's very fun. However, Persuade has a very realistic use. Is that, do you know those Bobby's enemy in the main area of the city? Those annoying guys that have 3 arms and have 100% dodge chance on their heads, and they just can just wail at you. If you only have one party member, he will just wail, and you're just dead, right? These are incredibly dangerous enemy. Move 3 times per turn. Overall is a very specifically enemy that is designed to be annoying as shit. You cannot deal with this guy, and after you kill him, if you don't just step on his body in time, he will get back. Well, what if I told you that Karin's sour skill, Persuade, can one-shot those guys? If you choose the talk option, there will be an extra dialogue option that is very specifically highlighted as Persuade. And using that dialogue option would make a lot of enemies in game either skip their turn, either hesitate, or just straight up lose their defense, lose their attack. So many things with so many different enemies that it makes the game a more unique experience. And not only that, for the Bobby specifically though, oh no, for the Bobby specifically, there we go. You can complete this battle in one turn without taking damage if you have Persuade and Diplomacy. Follow the Persuade prompts and the head will stop spinning, then attack it on your turn. Note the Bobby heads also have a random 1 in 3 chance to stop spinning at the beginning of any turn, which you can also take advantage of. The moment that this guy, the Bobby's head stops spinning, you can one-shot it. So turn 1 Persuade, turn 2 Whack, and then Bobby is just dead. And if you're not good at juking, like I am, when it comes to like certain enemy in the game, oh yeah baby, Persuade is just a skill for you. And I would put it, and I would say I would take it every single run, because it's just worth it to avoid such an annoying fight. You are going to be like moving back and forth between like the city a lot. You're gonna be like backtracking yourself, you're gonna enter the sewer. And by the way, Persuade can also work in a lot of enemies in the sewer. So you can go down there and like straight up like get a really good advantage for all of your party member and not avoid dying, avoid dying. Oh, I never actually knew about what it made. I just heard it works on Bobbies and seems good. Oh no, every single enemy in the game has the option to be Persuade. Unfortunately, some enemy would like react to Persuade better. Like sometimes it would like give you extra turns, sometimes you will lower their defense, sometimes you can even make them give you items. Really good. However, not all enemy has that trait. Like you can literally not talk to like an insane person, right? You cannot talk to like an enemy that has its mind all deteriorate and gone. You can't do that. And here's a little fun fact. I'm gonna show this video by a dark raccoon real quick. I'm gonna show you guys why Persuade is also really good, even like before the enemy. A dark raccoon, and then a Karin sour. Let's watch this one, shall we?
You talk to them, persuade them, and you guard until you have Rev 3. Remember that using Rev 3 on pistols uses only 1 ammo instead of 2, despite shooting twice. Rev up 3 times and go for the torso. With Olivia, you wanna persuade her yet again. Once you persuade Olivia, rev up once right away and go for the arm. Do it again and go for the arm again. Olivia will be dead after that. Go for the head. As always, persuade the target. Turn 1, shoot the arm. Turn 2, shoot the other arm. Now Marina is not gonna be a problem. She can still tackle, so make sure to use Rev 3 and go for the torso. Otherwise she's gonna cause some trouble. First step should be...
Karin can solo all 3 contestants in the main draw. It doesn't work in most contestants, I think. Oh no, it does work in certain contestant. It does work in certain contestant. I actually can name them all now that I think about it. Yeah, okay, so who is it? Let me think. Okay, there we go. Marcoh can be persuaded, Marina can be persuaded, Olivia can be persuaded, and by the way, this also works for the doppelganger version of contestants, so keep that in mind. August can be persuaded, and all this persuasion will make them hesitate for 1 and 2 turns. No, it's only persuade for 1 turn, but during that 1 turn where they're not attacking, you can easily DPS them down. Of course, certain enemy cannot be reasoned with. Caligura, that can't. He can always, fuck off and do whatever, but you can't persuade him. The dog is being very angry, my neighbor's dog. But yeah, don't kill Marina. I'm sorry, it's a B ending run, alright? So yeah, that's why Karin early game is so good. You can straight up like solo all 3 of the main game character. Now granted, there is like a more convoluted way to do this, that if you can just get the black steel and you can just solo them quite easily without even using persuade, or you have the gun. But yeah, really good skill that I would like literally take every single turn. I'll be right back. I'm gonna light up my room a little bit, okay? There we go. I like Osa persuade dialogue. Oh yeah, when you like try to persuade Osa, you can flatter him. Ignore the dog. I miss T. I can still hear her voice. I'm sorry, I'm not really here. I'm just like a projection of your mind talking into the camera, actually. Ignore that. Also, Persuade dialogue is really funny. It's basically just him trying to kiss his ass. But if you pick the wrong one, he will just straight up like not believing you and say like, "Oh, I'm done with your shit. Let's just fight." It's really funny. All right, on to the next one. Lockpicking. Now, how would I describe lockpicking? It is utmostly a utility skill and can be learned by both Karin and it can be learned by both Marcoh, both of which are good. But I would say this, there's a certain area in the game where you can... Lockpicking basically just allows you to have a infinite small key supply, right? If you don't know, there's certain doors in the game that are locked, but they can be unlocked if you have an item called the small key, and small key is like something that can be stacked, right? Lockpicking is basically, you can do all of that. You can lockpick every single door in the game without using like the necessary key for it. And I would say there are certain doors in the game where it's actually more of a hassle to get the small key for them, or like get the key necessary to open them. So having lockpicking is just a really good skill. But there is an infinite source of small key in the game somewhere called Mr. Beast, and we can always just go there. Guys, I gotta go to sleep. Good stream tea. Stay well, everybody. Bye bye, local Hobbit. I hope you good night, alright? The vibe will always be up as always, so if you want to see what you missed, go back here. Bye bye. I'm not above flattery. Please do go on. God, I love him. He's so sassy. I love him. Yeah. So I say lockpicking is just a good skill. It's just good skill. Sometimes you want to lockpick certain doors in the game. Like I say, that door where you had to kill Father Hugo to get into, like the Hexen. Yeah, that can be lockpicked, by the way. All the church basement can be lockpicked. The Woodman house can also be lockpicked as well. Bye bye, local Hobbit. Bye. Yes, a lot of things can be lockpicked, but you know, it's not like something that I would take every single run. You know. Alright, on to the next. Diplomacy. I'm gonna put it here, at the top of here actually. It's more of a utility skill, there's no use for it inside combat, so I would rank it pretty low. Diplomacy. It will trigger the talk action at the start of every run. At the start of every battle, is what I meant. Now if you don't know, here are the base action that all character can do at the start of combat, right? They can guard, they can rev up, they can run, they can talk. Those are the skills that you all character access to. And diplomacy will trigger the talk action at the beginning of all combat. Now why is that good? Well, you need to use the talk skill to activate persuade. And what better way to use persuade at the start of your turn than having to have like diplomacy to trigger it right away? Entering every single combat with like the enemy already chatted, and that means that you have chance to make them hesitate even before they get the chance to do anything. It's just a good skill, and I say it will belong in this area. Good skill, good skill. Now as maybe persuade and diplomacy. No, diplomacy is like right here, I feel. The main reason why persuade is so high because its utility uses when you fight with bobbies is just so good to ignore, but diplomacy can be something like, oh yeah, I guess I can have it extra, why not, you know, I have a few soulstone to spare, why not use it, right? Those two skills go along really well together, which makes sense. Yes, to diplomacy and persuade, like it's just like, it's very much on the point. And here's another fun part. I'm gonna get to Caligula's skill later, but there's also another uses for diplomacy there. Alright, on to the next one. This is our dear friend, Pavel Yudin. So Pavel Yudin's skill, right? I'm gonna say his full name every time. I don't like to refer him as Pav. It feels too friendly, and I don't like him. Pavel Yudin. His first skill is Bury the Trauma. Bury the Trauma is a interesting one. It basically is a bug skill, but it heals 1 health for every 20 seconds in the overworld. Ugh, yeah, I know Levi would hate Pavel Yudin. Pav, yeah. I know. He's very annoying, isn't he? Oh yeah. But yeah, Pavel Yudin's skill, Bury the Trauma. It heals 1 health for every 20 seconds in the overworld. Hey, there's a better version of it. It's just there's just like a way more better version of it. However, it is bugged and it heals your mind instead. See? Yeah, look, look, look. Oh no, no, it heals one health instead of healing your mind. Based on the reading of it, I thought it was saying something like, "Oh, hey, by the way, you lose less mind whenever you walk in the overworld." No, but no, it heals your health. And if I need a way to consistently heal my health in the overworld without using any items, I can just use the Venuska tree. I'm gonna show that in a little bit as well. But yeah, it's not good. It's just not worth it. It's not like obscenely bad, but it's just not worth it. And unfortunately, it is the skill that you need to get in order to get to his other two one. Alright, Unguard. It is very powerful in the first game. It basically allows you to basically strike a random enemy at the start of combat. It's called First Strike. However, it is randomized and you cannot choose which limb you are attacking. So if you like try to attack the head, it would just miss. And here's another thing. Unguard is also an overworld skill. Whenever you move around in the overworld, you can press a keybind. Mine is E, right? When you press E, your character portrait will show like the image of them stabbing, and when like if an enemy attacks you during the animation of the stabbing thingy, then that will trigger the first strike effect when you enter combat. However, like I said before, it is randomized, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Maybe if Miro reworked the skill to be allowing you to basically choose which limb you want to strike, then maybe it is good. But right now, at its current state, it's just not worth it to have. Did not know this. Yes, On Guard is a skill that you can get from the first game. Or at least like a similar iteration of it, where it allows your character to basically stab someone in the overworld, and if you stab an enemy doing this, you will begin the combat with that enemy, striking a random limb. I don't know how it works for the first game, but for the second game, it's shit. Sorry, Pavel Yuden, it's not worth it. Your skill sucks. Order, charge. Now I'm gonna stay ahead of you to say this one thing. Order charge scales on how many party members you have in your team. Because with order charge is that it is a, hold on, gonna get the exact cost actually. It is 40 mind to use. So expensive, and what is the ability? Every single party member will automatically attack again at the end of the turn, including the main character. This would only work in one situation, where I say it's actually worth it. If you have a full party member of four contestant with all 4 unique weapons, then maybe it's good. Maybe you can make an argument they can use it for. But then 90% of the time, you won't have like a full party member, right? And like, hey, sometimes you won't even have access to really good weapons. Sometimes you will just get really shit weapons. Like maybe Daan only have his scalpel. Maybe Olivia will only have her knife. And like, what's an extra attack on a knife or a scalpel would do, right? And 40 mine? That's like almost a vodka. Vodka heals for 50 mine. That's so costly for such a minimal effect. And fun fact, there's also an iteration of it that has not been implemented in the game, but we're gonna show that one later. It is order defend. But order charge is just, I feel like you can't justify using it, right? You can't. It's good, but it's not that good. So unfortunately, order charge is gonna go into the it's not worth it tier for me. The trade-off doesn't really complement with it well, I think. Yeah, I mean, instead of me attacking and each of my ally attacking, I can make them attack an extra time, which means that that's basically like a Rev 3, like a Rev 3 attack for all party member at the cost of 40 mine. But then, you know, it requires you to get through like Pav entire skill tree, which is just 3, but that's like 2 extra soulstone, and 2 extra soulstone is 6 extra heads. And I know that there's like, that's a good, like, I don't know, it's not that expensive to get. Sorry, it's not that like hard to like, use. It's really easy to understand for most players, but I feel like the trade-off isn't worth it. But now I would bring up another argument to counter my own argument. is that on a turn where all of your ally is losing like a lot of HP and all of them need to cure multiple different like status effects or healing or mind healing, then maybe on their off turn all of them can heal together, all of them can get their health back, and then maybe you could overcharge can be helpful. However, that requires the maximum effectiveness of this is only working if you have full party in your team. And hey, don't make the argument that like ghouls and black calebs and like sickle villager is actually worth it to use order charge in. They're not. They're not. So yeah, it's just not worth it, but I say I will rank it relatively high due to the fact that there is some uses to it, right? Top up is just not worth it, okay? Alright, up next, Bare-Fisted Proficiency. This, we have finally arrived into the Marcoh skill tree. Bare-Fisted Proficiency is funny. It's really funny. It basically allows your main character, whenever they're not equipping a weapon, to basically strike with both of their arm. If they are not equipping a weapon, that is. And it will deal like a moderate amount, like 138 damage, 148 damage, something along those lines. Strike twice, and both of which have a chance of critting, by the way. It is good, but it's not good on every other character, because I'm gonna be honest, the only reason why Marcoh pulled it off so well is because Marcoh base stat has a obscenely high damage, right? If you don't know this, every single character have their own unique stat block, and Marcoh damage is way higher than every other single contestant in the game, which makes sense. He is like a boxing guy, right? It makes sense for him to have that. That's why Bare-Fisted Proficiency would work for him, but it won't work for every other character. Every other character want to use a weapon. You don't want to fight an enemy bare-fisted. There's so many other options that you can do with like a weapon. You can stun, you can poison, you can fire. By the way, wrench toss, the best skill in the game to stun an enemy. You need to be able to equip the wrench in order to use wrench toss. And if you equip the wrench, you can't use the bare-fisted proficiency, right? So I say it's good for Marcoh, but it's not good for every single other character. And here's another fun fact: even if your limb got chopped off, and you like both of your arms are gone, bare-fisted proficiency would still make you attack twice, which I think is a really funny image. Like you are fighting with like the little two knobs on your hand, and you still deal like a fuck ton of damage. It's really funny, and I say it's worth it for Marcoh, but not for every other character. Yeah, so I will rank it like maybe, I guess at the bottom of like not necessary but good to have. No, it's just down here. Yeah, just down here. Just down here. Not worth it, but at the top of it. Yeah. Marcoh is just that locked in. Yeah. Yeah. Marcoh jumping like some guys with like without any limbs at all. If only I could do that. Your version of it is just a gun, but you know, it's not as cool as Marcoh like straight up punching a bunch of ghosts. Oh yeah, fun fact. Most enemy that are ethereal in the game is the ghost baby and the Poe. Both of them, they cannot take any other form of damage besides like magic damage, and for some reason they can also take damage from fists. You can just punch ghosts. It's really cool. I'm not sure if that's like an intentional design choice, but I just think it's really funny seeing Marcoh punch a random ghost child to death. Anyway, yeah, bare-fisted proficiency stay here. On to the next skill, bob and weave. So let me show you what bob and weave do in the status effect. 1 second, status effect, and we're gonna check the player buff anywhere. There we go. The bob and weave give you a 50% evasion rate. Now, hey, if those of you have played Pokemon and know the move Minimize by a certain annoying little pink enemy, you would know how good the ability to dodge an enemy attack is. I do think it's unique that some of the skills don't work well with other characters well. It shows the individuality between them. Yes, it very much does so. And you can make like a really like good story option when you see like certain skill is aligned with certain character. And that's why when you design your own like fear&hunger OC and like design like their skill tree, that's also a chance for you to express certain details, certain aspect about a character, right? It's just good. It could show their origin, their culture, or it can just show like the path that they have gone into life and to get those skills. Marcoh get bob and weave, and that's why he's like, if I would rank the strongest character in the game, Abella, Osa, Olivia, and then Marcoh. Because just because bob and weave exists, 50% chance to dodge an enemy attack is higher than anything can reach. You need brown vial for that. You need vegetable pie plus and mushroom stew plus for that. Do you know how hard these things are to get? Brown vial is so expensive. You need a light blue vial and a pep pills, both of which are such a good item to like have on your own. And you need like even a book to get that, right? But bob and weave is a skill that does not cost anything, and it lasts for like 5 turns, and it's just good. And by the way, evasion rate makes certain enemy like enemies that hit really fucking hard. Like I say like the heartless one or percolate. Hell, even rare can miss you, by the way. Even rare. And if you can dodge those like devastatingly difficult attack, you are golden. You are okay as hell. You are very fine to deal with like the rest of the game. So I would rank bob and weave very very high. Probably like a take it every turn type of thing. Hmm? What's up? What's up? On to the next, we have Perfect Guard. Now I'm gonna check this one thing real quick. Perfect Guard, there we go. Gonna close something to make the game, to make my laptop less laggy. It can be learned by any party member. Perfect Guard is a passive skill that prevents limb loss while guarding until the end of the turn. As I was saying, Perfect Guard is basically a discounted version of, hey, I want to make sure I don't lose any limbs, let me just guard. And it's just, you know, it's fun. It's very fun. However, I guess it's just something that you would like have on top of your character, right? It's something that you should look into if you don't have like a limb protection item by that point. So I say it's ranked like it's just good. It's just a good skill. Unfortunately, during the Heartless One fight, if you ever attempt to do it, Perfect Guard is glitch and it sometimes doesn't work. And hey, the Heartless One can chop off all of your limbs in one turn. So if you rely on this thing to be your only limb protection, oh no, buddy, you're screwed. You're so screwed. I saw everyone stop playing Funger and start playing Chikawa Pocket. I don't know what Chikawa Pocket is. Is it a fun game? I've heard it from my friend, but that's about it. On to the next one, counter stance. This is why all of like Marcoh's skill is so fun to use. I'm gonna explain to you. Counter stance. Sorry if the sound is a bit too loud. Counter stance basically apply a status effect on yourself that whenever an enemy, and I mentioned this, only physical attack. Whenever an enemy attacks you with a physical attack, your character will retaliate with like whatever weapon you're holding. And now I say for like some weapon like maybe meat grinder, maybe some poison, like all of like Abella's weapon essentially, they are good. They are good. Like even at the end game, Percolate still have physical attack on top of his black orbs, right? It's good. You want this thing. So I would just rank it to be like it's just good in general. If you're running for like a physical attack build character, counter stance, all of Marcoh's skill is what you need, buddy. All of it. Ah, my back hurts a little. Alright, on to the next one. Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is a personal favorite of mine. For this reason, remember Ladan's Macabre? It gives you like plus 500 magic attack if you survive to turn 3, right? Well, Adrenaline Rush is the physical version of it. And it's just... it's good. Darren? I like Darren, but like... why is Darren into the topic of discussion here? Ah! Oh wait, are they making Darren inside like Chikawa Pocket? That's funny. If it is, well, I don't know. Adrenaline Rush gives you a little bit of like extra attack every turn. The reason why it is not as high as something like magic attack is unfortunately physical attack is just a very reliable way to deal damage, right? Magic attack always have a trade-off. You actually cost a lot of mine to use, a lot of like good magic ability. requires a lot of mind to use, and honestly, you know, I would rather, like, if you lose your mind too much, you're gonna get panophobia, and I don't want to get panophobia. So, yeah. Because yes. Because yes. Alright, thank you. Thank you, Ari. Thank you. So yeah, Adrenaline Rush would, like, rank pretty high up there. If you're going for, like, a physical build, go take it. Adrenaline Rush is good. Alright, on to the next one. Fast Stance. Now, I'm gonna... I'm gonna go on a whim and say that this is a relatively good skill. Panophobia is such a pain. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. Where is it? Where is it? Player buffs. There we go. So fast stance gives you a 200% times your agility, basically times 2 your agility, and that a lot of time will give you an extra turn. I say the skill is helpful if you're in the early game. The moment that you reach late game, it will guarantee, like, using fast stance is almost like a waste of a turn, because by the time that you reach the end game, you reliably would already have 16 agility, the ability to deal damage good, and the ability to run away from combat, right? By that time, fast stance would be obsolete compared to the other one. Like, hey, times 2 my agility, but hey, pep pills can also do that. But hey, by that time, the only reason why you wouldn't want to use this thing is that you're in the early game, and then maybe you want to get an extra turn, so you use fast stance, and now suddenly your 10 agility is 20, and now you can, like, fight enemy twice, like hit an enemy 2 times per turn. That's good, but obsolete later on. And now there you can make, like, the argument that fast stance is maybe good when you're fighting against, like, an enemy with, like, really high agility, right? Like, let's say most contestant can outfast you even if you're, like, having really high agility. Lagarde, right? Lagarde, his little asterisk thing, the little floating thing on right to his left that sometimes, like, do magic damage to you. That thing is faster than you, and if your agility is not fast enough, it will, like, strike you twice per turn. It is annoying, and it can be dealt with if you have, like, faster than it. But again, if you have 16 agility, and you have to have 16 agility by the time that you reach the end point of the game, where you have to fight Lagarde, then you can just one pep pill. Why waste, like, pep pill before the battle? Why waste a single turn to use speed buff while you can use that turn to, like, heal, guard, or damage, right? It's obsolete later on. Not necessary, but good to have, I guess, you know? Good to have, I guess. Alright, Levi Funger, we finally made it to you. Let's review your skill, yeah? Levi Funger, I summon you. Like you're someone like my Pokemon or something. I'm gonna stretch my back a little bit. So I had to add Levi Funger to get him to notice me. Levi Funger. Can we skip Levi? I don't know, can we? Can we? Are we really, like... Because after Levi is done, there's a certain character. Can we skip Levi and put on the lowest tier? I know, you know what is really funny? Because most of Levi's skill are in the lower tier. Most of it are in the lower tier, I'm so sorry. Levi, don't be sad. It's just you just got screwed over by the coding of the game, unfortunately. Alright. So let's rank all Levi's skill, right? So we're gonna go in them in order, but I'm gonna describe why Levi's skill is so bad. I know. Wow. Yeah. Most of them is gonna belong in the lower tier anyway, so... So number 1, we have gun proficiency. Gun proficiency gives you a extra, like, chance to hit whenever you use a gun. It is good because sometimes you can miss with a gun, and that's just sad. But let me counter this argument with one thing only. Why the hell would you want to use a gun inside combat? It is a extremely helpful resource. If you use it in the overworld, it's like unique in that way. You can damage enemy in the overworld, you can get rid of them, and you can just shoot them away. That's good. That's really, really good. But why the hell would you want to use it in combat? A weapon with a limited resource that is, like, extremely weak in the early game because you have no bullets, extremely weak in the late game because, like, there's so many better options to use. It's just not a thing that you can use in combat. So that's why, like, an extra hit chance doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, Levi. You suck. I'm sorry. My skills are the best in the overworld. Yeah. I can agree on that one. I'm so sorry, Levi. On to the next one, shall we? Gunslinger. Now, if you don't know, if you pick when you pick the Levi backstory option, right? The first option, the second option will basically give you this option, right? You can choose a type of gun that you start the game with, either a lugger pistol, pew pew, the rifle that used 303 ammo, and then the trench gun, which used the 12 ghost shell. I think I pronounced ghost right. I think. And then later on, you would pick the next option, right? You would pick a skill that is dependent on the what type of gun you use. Gunslinger is unique for the lugger pistol, and it allows you to shoot off an enemy's limb in the overworld using a lugger pistol. I would say this. That is really strong. The rifle 303 ammo is really rare early on, and having like a lugger pistol that can just straight up shooting like someone's limb off that normally you have to waste like a rifle ammo for, that's good. But at the same time, is it good enough to like get every single run? You know? So that's why it's relatively low. Yeah. Next one is the unique skill that you get with the rifle. Executioner. And now I'm gonna go into the skill page, and then you're gonna get like really depressed for a little bit. Oh yeah, Levi. Oh wait, Executioner is not a rifle skill, got it. Executioner is the trench gun skill. Let's time to get a little sad, right? Basically, you can one-shot an enemy if you shoot them twice with the trench gun, with a shotgun essentially. However, do you know that this skill is bugged and every single contestant have that? Every single contestant in the game can do it. Like, it's not, if you get this thing, it doesn't do anything. Every single contestant in the game can two-shot an enemy if they have trench gun. Executioner is a skill that does nothing. I know, it's so unfair. Yeah. Yeah. It absolutely is. It's so funny. Look. Executioner is supposed to make 12 ghost trench gun kill any enemy that is stunned in the overworld instantly. However, this ability is a universal ability that every single character has a base mechanics. The learning Executioner does nothing. It does nothing. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Levi. You got like the short end of the stick. Unfortunate, but like what can you do? They're taking all of your skills. Yeah. Like, hey, a really funny trick is that, you know, like, Olivia wheelchair can like cause the effect called like can't do shit 1, which basically stun an enemy, right? So you can like, in theory, if you ride down the stair and then hit an enemy and make him stun, you can turn back and pew, gun them. And that is just cool, and that's just sick. However, I don't think it's sick on any other character like Levi, unfortunately. I had to get ready for bed. Have a fun stream, everyone. Thank you for joining in, Beethan. You've been joining along to my stream, and even though you don't talk much, I do enjoy your presence here, right? I really hope that you've been enjoying the content so far. Hope you have a good night. Hope you stream of something amazing, something incredible, I say. We'll miss you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Beethan. Take care. So yeah, Levi, I'm so sorry. On Almor Soul, on God's Soul, you do not need this run for your run at all. Executioner will be like the very first skill that is absolutely useless in every single run. Good night, yeah. Absolutely useless every single run. Bye-bye. Alright, marksmanship. Now this is... I'm kind of curious if this bug or not. Let me check. Ah, my throat. There we go. Marksmanship is a passive skill that gives you a 25% chance to instant kill most enemy in the overworld with a rifle, 303, or a bayonet. That just makes me so sad for Levi. Yeah, it isn't buggy, but I will say this. It's not reliable. I say rifle 303 is not like 303 ammo is not something that you can just get easily, right? There's a reason why most like bullets are very much like a chest loot thing, because they're very powerful to use in the overworld. And now, given that this, right, if you don't know, rifle, if you use in the overworld, you can shoot off enemies' limb. is really good. Like I say, if you shoot, you can like 3-shot a Bobby, you can like 2-shot a Dark Priest early on, so do not have to deal with like his little 2-handed magic attack at all. You can 1-shot, like I say, a lot of the enemy in the game. You can just use the rifle. Hold on, what's the name of it? The rifle 303 MK1, right? However, given it is like an extra 25 chance to kill most enemy, it's just like, okay, sure, it's good, but like, it's not necessary. So most of Levi's skill stays relatively low in the list of like skills for that reason as well. Levi is even like really weak as a party member unless you can spare like some heroin before like an important fight, which most of the time you do. But a really funny thing is that 90% of the time Levi ends up becoming the meat shield for the team. Which is like, I shouldn't laugh at that, it just makes me more sad for the guy, but still, you're like a meat shield 90% of the time, even when you have like your skill. So rest in peace, Levi Funger. Yeah, I know, he sucks. He sucks, but what can you do about it, right? And actually, I'm going to drink some water because my throat is getting dry from talking too much. I'll be right back, okay? There we go. Hi guys, I'm back. Can't have anything here. You suck. Don't worry, we love you. Levi, yeah, it's really funny because like, I think if the argument comes to it that we had to like sacrifice a party member for Gorgoroth, in the order, I think Levi would be like the very first one to get sacrificed. Like that's an extra Gorgoroth affinity, you know, we can sacrifice you to get an infinity, but like, you know, you're not very good as a party member. Hi T, I miss you. Hi Ari, I miss you too. Even though I was just gone for like less than 3 minutes, but still. Alright, guess who are we coming next to? Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Yep, we're here. We're here. Let's say hi to Marina. Right, Marina skill, shall we? As much as I like him, he's really a dead weight on the team. You're being very mean to him. He's right here in the stream, the actual Levi Funger. How could you? Marina. Yes, we have a very big Marina fan in the chat right now. Incredibly big Marina fan. I say they're dating or something, but I don't know. Words on the street. Anyway, warding schedule. No, actually I say it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. If you don't know, warding sigil basically make a certain title in is a overworld skill. You can use it in the overworld and create a title that no enemy can reach. And I say there's some argument to use it at certain area in the game that maybe it can block an enemy from reach to you, right? That's why maybe it's like can be argued to be used. However, 90% of the time, it's just end up a waste of like an extra soul stone. However, you do have to get it to get like to her like way later stronger skills. So, I guess that's why we're gonna put like, where is it? Warding sigil relatively low and it's just not worth it. Yeah. Excuse you, I'm her wife. It's literally on my name. Marina's wife. Yeah, that's her. Marina's wife in the chat. Warding sigil is just not a good skill. However, there's our better skill out there. Engraving. Now, there's a reason why getting 16 agility is very important, because on 16 agility, you can act 2 times per turn. And the more that you can act, the more easier it is to like fight enemies, right? And now here's another thing. Engraving is the skill that if you have a skin bible of like one of these 6 gods in the game, you can engrave a sigil of that god onto a character's like portrait. Sorry, 1 second. You can engrave that sigil onto a character's portrait, and that will give them unique buffs and stuff. There we go. So let's go through the list, right? So the first one is the one that you always want to have. God of Fear and Hunger plus 5 agility. So now suddenly your character is gone from 10 agility to 15. Just one more and they can act 2 times per turn. It is the only sigil that is worth it, in my opinion, and there's nearly no argument they can make against it. It's just that good. I would let Marina engrave a Sylvian sigil to my forehead. You're just gonna... I mean, I guess it's just kind of funny to have like a character with like a vagina carved in right here. But still, the only worth one is like God of Fear and Hunger, and that's instantly make the skill like at like some of the highest like tier in the game. Is like at the I say at the middle part of like take it every run. You know what I mean? Yeah, all of this is just really good. Rare sigil is also really good. Yeah, a plus 25 mind to your like character is like you can cast more spell, and there's also the Beetle Stone. Remember, the item that heals you for 8% of your 10% of your mind every turn. So if it scales, that have like 12 extra mind every turn. You have infinite mind. You can cast infinite spell, especially if you want to go for a magic build. Yes, exactly that. It's very very good. 1 second, I'm gonna drink my water. Unfortunately, I do have to note this. There's no, like, there's only 2 ways to get extra HP in this game, and only 2 characters can do that. Marcoh, because he's the GOAT, he's my GOAT, he's my absolute coolest GOAT, and Levi. So, hey Levi, there's one merit to your character, is that he can have like a little bit extra HP. Besides that, most of his skills are shit. Sorry. Oopsie. Oh, I love ice water. I love ice water. So yeah, an extra 25 HP is good. An extra 25 max mind is good as well. Armor and Sylvian Sigil. It depends on like what kind of enemy you want to wait for the late game, but I say this is relatively good. The defense that you have from these things doesn't really stack. It just like takes whatever is highest, right? So if you have like a if you don't know this, 85% means like you minus like the damage that you take to you, right? That means you take 15% less physical damage, and unfortunately it doesn't stack with other like what kind of armor you're wearing, what kind of charm you're wearing. It's just the same base stat line, and that's okay. It makes this thing unique, and I like that. Regardless if you skip his intro or not. Also can have more HP as well. Oh my god, Levi, that's not even your niche anymore. Like, Marcoh knows I can have it, and like both of them are so much more better as a character. I'm so sorry. Unfortunate, right? But yeah, engraving is like a really good skill that you want every single run for that reason as well. Only like a plus 5 agility. Just good. Just good. Baseline good. You know what? What is it, Levi? Tell me. What is it? What do you know? Oh, that's good. That's good water. What are you gonna say, buddy? On to the next Marina skill. Advanced occultism. If you, like I said before, with the rev economy inside the game, the best way to gain it is through like OSA skill, right? Well, this is the opposite of that. You get 1 extra rev point at the start of battle. 1. Just 1. Now, how helpful do you think that is? Poor Levi, he is so cooked. Yeah. Advanced occultism, unfortunately, is not that good of a skill. Plus 1 rep point doesn't really do anything, and since you're going for like a magic build, there's an argument can maybe like, oh hey, I can use that like that 1 extra rep point to like maybe cast an extra spell, but I'm be honest, there's other things that you want to do in your first turn against an enemy, especially in the late game where you have to fight against multiple dangerous enemy. And it's the fact that Osa exists as a character that you can get that makes all of Marina's skill so weak in comparison. You know what I mean? Osa is just like the better magic caster in every way. How generous of my wife, I love her, I want to get... Oh yeah, you said that I was biased when I talk about Olivia, now you're biased against Marina. When you want to argue about that, buddy? You want to say something about yourself? You want to defend yourself, huh? We still have like a long list to go, but I do like to do this because I actually have like an in-depth like review of the skill because I have like achieved most of this by my point in playing the game. She's just the best. What can I say? Alright, we believe you, Ari. Alright, next up we have Greater Occultism. Is also going to this tier because what does Greater Occultism do, you ask? 2 rep point at the start of every combat. 2 is not good. 2 rep point? Oh come on, Alright, on to the next one, shall we? Yay, thank you Marina. Marina got 1 S tier skill and the rest is just kinda mid. Unfortunately. Alright, now we have Samarie. Do we have any Samarie lovers in the chat? Can you guys like raise your hand and show up? Because it will get really sad if there's no like if Samarie have absolutely no fan, no friend, no nothing, no social life, and she's gonna die in 2 weeks. Alright? Please. Anyone want to say I love you, Samarie? Or she's just gonna like be alone? Alright, we got one Samarie lover. We got Ari. Ari is Samarie only have 1 fan, it is Ari, confirmed. I feel bad for Samarie, but like, you know, what can you do? Yeah, okay. I'll be right now. I'll be back. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Uy. I hope my... Okay, my headphone is fine. I just kicked my own headphone. Oh my god, Samarie Bella Love. Hi, Luca. Welcome to the stream. Levi Moonscourt. What the fuck? Holy shit. Levi Funger. He's Moonscourt. Right on my stream. Oh no, it's like day two evening. Oh god, no. Levi. Oh yeah. Good water. Alright, while Levi Moonscourt, let's talk about Samarie's skill, yeah? Wow, everything is so dark. This makes everything too bright. You guys don't mind if the camera is like a little dark like this, right? Or do I have to like... I'll change it a little bit, give me a second. Oh wow, it's even worse now. What the hell? Lighting is strange. I'll be right back. Alright, I think the lighting is better now. Hi. Distortion. Burning Levi Moonscourt. I kind of want to take off Levi's limb again. Yeah, well, I mean... What can you do, you know? It's just cuteness aggression, I promise. Alright, on to Samarie's skill. Has been delaying this enough. Blood Sacrifice. So if you don't know, what is intentionally what was Miro envisioned when he created skill Blood Sacrifice is that instead of sacrificing a party member at a Grogoros circle and get an affinity, you can instead like spare 50 HP. No, not 50. You can instead spare like 99 of your own HP to get 1 Grogoth affinity, and that should be the end of it. However, like a lot of things in Funger, the skill is buggy, which makes like you can basically do it an infinite amount of time. So if you kill Samarie and have blood sacrifice available to you, you can essentially repeatedly like sacrifice your own HP, heal back up past 50%, sacrifice again. And just like that, you have 3 Groggoroth Affinity right from the start. That is very powerful. Wait, really? What the fuck? Yes. I'm gonna show the description for it to like show you. Yeah. Blood sacrifice. There we go. Increased Groggoroth affinity when used on Groggoroth ritual circle can be used multiple times. Is a bug. Removes 150 body on use and leaves the player with 1 health unless attempted with less than 50 health, which results in death. Incredibly strong skill. Very strong, I see. Yes, Bamboozle. It is very, very strong. Blood sacrifice is getting up there. And fun fact, if you have this, you don't have to sacrifice Levi or any party members to get some Groggoroth affinity, which is really nice. Ah. Ah. It's not like ah, like Levi screaming, it's ah. Ah. Alright, masturbation. Now, the caveat with this skill is that you will always have like this little bit of like regret after you're done with it. Like it gives you like a status called post-night clarity, and unfortunately, you know, I do like the idea of a masturbation skill, but it doesn't really help with your character a lot in the long run, and it can also like, you know how Levi can get addicted to heroin. This can get you addicted to like porn, which is really bad. So I'm gonna put it. Hi, I'm joking. Masturbation in the game doesn't do all that, but you know. uh, Masturbation gives you an extra Sylvian affinity. Guys, calm down. I'm just making a bit, alright? I get the option to make 1 joke per stream, and this is like the reaction. Just shocked. Alright, I guess. Cool. Right, ngủ bả đó. I actually believe you for a sec, T. It's masturbation. It's still like a funny skill. A silly court fool. I am. Oh, I'm such a goofy. Chốt đi ngủ rồi, chốt đi rồi. Dạ, rồi, chốt đang làm ở đây mà, không nói chuyện được. Hi, I'm back. You're so goofy, T. Can I get out of the basement now? No, you need to laugh at my joke for like 10 more times until you have freedom. Tormented is my difference. This more I can say. Anyway, masturbation, it gives you an extra Sylvian affinity, and I say this is really good. The only way to get Sylvian affinity is to basically draw a circle, and since circle is a very limited thing on the game, having this, which is like, it would just like makes your gaining like affinity faster. I see you're like attempting to laugh a lot down there, Ari. You're still not getting let out of the basement, unfortunately, buddy. You gotta like, you gotta edit my videos. You gotta like laugh at my jokes. Just do like that for like another 10 years and you're free. Anyway, let's continue. Masturbation is a good skill, really good skill. Where did I put the Groggoroth one? Blood sacrifice. It's somewhere around here, but I can't find it. Trap. Blah, blah, blah. Masturbation catalyze, engrave, wrench toss. I can't find it. I put it somewhere. I'll find it eventually, but we'll get it here. You're exploiting me. I don't even pay you. Oh well. Anyway, let's continue, Sean, shall we? So now we have the stat increase from our lovely friend, lovely friend Tanaka. So out of all of his skill tree, the only thing that is helpful in my opinion is the +1 agility. It's just good. No, I say it's like take it every run. I think that's what exploitation means. Yeah. Yeah, something similar to that. Go my mosquito, I command forth my flute. We have like a harper in our team now. Swarm of mosquito, go. Yeah, agility +1 is good. So you can essentially, without getting like yourself an extra smoldering amulet, you can access 16 agility right from the start of the game on day 1 morning by killing Marina and Tanaka at the same time, both of which is very much easy to do. Cause I'm gonna tell you, Tanaka is not that hard to fight at all. Take off his limb 1 by 1 and you basically won the fight. Not at all a threat, and you can take him out like 90% of the time. I really wish that there's like a Tanaka, like a Tanaka YouTube account in my like stream right now. It's gonna be so funny. But yeah, +1 agility is just good. It's like a necessary thing that you want to get every single run. Of course, there's also the +1 agility from the God and fear&hunger, but we're not gonna go there yet, because this one can be get with one soul stone, and the other one can be get with 2. So you can all see the different bin costs, right? Next up, we have all of the extra stat that you can get if you pick Tanaka. Defense +1, magic attack +1, magic defense +1, and I think I'm missing one of them. There we go. Magic, nope, not this one. Magic defense +1, attack. There we go. Attack +1. These are all the baseline thing that Tanaka offers you. Just a +1 to each of your individual stats. All of which are, I say, in every single run. It's just good. It's just good. Like instead of like wasting a ritual like engraving on yourself to get like those stats, you can get it from Tanaka. And by the way, these things stacked up. They stacked up with the other like increments that you can get from the hexen. So it's just good, you know. It's just good. I once saw Tanaka in the wild in a comment section. I'm just lucky like that, I guess. I love people who like roleplays as character in the comment section. It just makes like every single interaction with them on a video that relates to them so much more funnier. I like it a lot. On to the next one, shall we? Alright, so now we are finally making making progress toward like some of the final contestant of the run. So now we have our lovely friend Henryk, the chef. He's not my friend. I hate him. I don't like him. But his skill does offer a few really fun effects. Slow metabolism makes you less hungry when you walk around the overworld. Instead of losing like 5 or hunger every 12 seconds, you lose less hunger, which is nice. I like it a lot. Censor his name, Henryk. Yeah. But slow metabolism, a single soapstone for it? Come on, you're joking me. It's not worth it. You don't need it at all. It's just not necessary at all. Just not worth it. You like, I guarantee you, on a game that called fear&hunger, you're never gonna be worried about your hunger that much, because there's so much an abundance of food in the overworld, and you can also eat like body parts without taking any negative effects. And if you loot the early game well, you can just eat all that, right? So many good food, and you don't have to waste a soulstone for it. It's just not worth it. Henryk is my off. He killed Gumi from that stream. Did he mention me that one time? Yeah. So yeah, slow metabolism belongs in the it's just not worth it tier. Melee proficiency is fun. It's just fun. It is. It gives you a plus 30% hit rate. That's it. An extra 30% hit rate. That's it. And like I mentioned before, this hit rate thingy can stack. But for now, it's just not worth it. And now here's the funniest part about the design of like Henryk's skill tree. All of his other skill sucked awfully, and then suddenly we got Master Chef, who is just something that you want to take every run. So you actually have to take the shitty skill to get to the really good one, unfortunately. Master Chef is the final skill in his skill tree, and Master Chef allows you to make food that can give you buff at like begin a battle. That means instead of like maybe you can get lucky and get like a Alchemelia Volume 3 to get like brown vials, the item that gives you 5 different buff. If you use it, you can instead get a discount version of it by getting Master Chef. There's 3 types of food that you can make. The first one will give you plus attack buff for 5 turns, plus defense buff for 5 turns, and plus evasion buff for 5 turns. All 3 of which are really good. Really, really good. Like I mentioned before, the reason why Marcoh ranks so high is because you have Bob and Weave, right? Bob and Weave gives you a 50% chance to evade, and the same thing can be applied from the food that Henry can make. Master Chef is a good skill that you want every run. Do you think Henryk would like Gordon Ramsay? I feel like he would be jealous of him. in like a really funny like, I feel like he would want to like compete with Gordon Ramsay to prove himself as a man to like be better than him, and then would ultimately fail. That's my impression of what he would feel about Gordon Ramsay. Um, I think we also have like a Gordon Ramsay character in the first game actually. Hold on. Lord of the Flies, Lord of the Flies, Fear and Hunger. Yeah, there we go. This guy. This look like this look like a and one of the people thing that people pointed out is that the original design for Lord of the Flies was used to create Henryk, and given the fact that this guy looks like Gordon Ramsay, I can actually think it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I always thought he looked a lot like him. Yeah, it's a really fun design. So yeah, Lord of Flies actually, not Lord of the Flies, because that's a god. A god? No, that's a demon. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? We finally made it to the cunt that I hate, Caligura. And unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, he only have one good skill. That one skill that kind of like changed the way that you play the game. Stealing. And fun fact, by the way, stealing. This is why Marcoh is good. He can learn so many skills from other contestants because stealing is both a Caligura unique skill and also a Marcoh option, right? You can get the option to learn steal in Marcoh backstory, and it's just good. It's not something that I go for every single run, but when I do, oh, and the good feeling you get when you get like the steal option done and you get some items from an enemy, like ooh, I'm a little loot goblin, I get to steal a little item from you. I'm mischievous. It's just good, and stealing. Of course, it will also like took one turn to like initiate that action, but since you have 16 agility most of the time, waste an extra turn to get like an extra item, and a potential unique item, by the way. It's just good. And now here's a little thing to convince you to get steal every run. Do you know that you can get like whenever you defeat Tanaka, you can get 20 shillings from his body, right? Well, if you choose to steal from Tanaka, you can get another 35. And then after you kill him, the 20 shillings will still be there. And since there's two Tanaka in the game, both of which are identical, you can get an upwards of like 110 shillings just from killing Tanaka alone. You rob the pork. It's so funny that the game allows me to do it, and I guarantee you I do it every single time if I got the chance to. Steal is just a really, really good skill, and I enjoy it quite a lot. Um, let's go on next, right? Intimidate. Intimidate is this is the skill that I was mentioned earlier in the stream when I say that diplomacy have another use as well with persuade. Diplomacy, intimidate is another dialogue option that you can pick, and unfortunately the uses for intimidate is actually quite limited. Intimidate will sometimes work, but most of the time it doesn't. And the time that it doesn't work, it will make the enemy more enraged, and the enemy would actually try to kill you faster, which I don't think is a good thing that you want. Persuade is just like a better version of it, and I prefer Persuade over Intimidate every single time. On to the next one, we have Killing Intent. Why the fuck would you get a Killing Intent? Be honest with me, why the fuck would you need this skill? Do you know what this thing do? Whenever you walk near like a weak enemy, and here is what the game classified as weak enemy. We got the Sickle Villager, we got the Knife Villager, we got the Pipe Villager, we got the Fecal Hound, we got the Cherubs. Hey, two of them can be dealt by shooting them, bang bang, and the last three can be one shot by half of the cast in the game. Why would you need the skill? It is obsolete in comparison to the other skill that you can have, right? What are you saying right now, Bamboozle? Oh my god, did you take Killing Intent because you thought it was a good skill? Really? Why are you saying like you're just like guilty of something? Killing, what would it even do? It makes the enemy like run away from you. That's it. It makes the enemy run away from you. And like, hey, they're not that, it just sounds useless. Yeah. Why would I want the enemy to run away from me? I want to kill them and get their heads. Like, hey, maybe if killing intent make an enemy hesitate when they fight me, sure, I'll accept it. But killing intent to run or chase away enemy, and like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, shooting at sheriffs and shooting fecal hounds isn't that difficult of a task. You can one-shot them. That's the only time where you feel like you would need the skill. Like, oh, I'm so scared of dealing with these tiny children. Oh my god, they're gonna kill me. They're not that strong to deal with. Why? You don't need it. So it is a absolute useless of a skill. Explosives allows you to craft a rather funny item. It's called a pipe bomb. And I'm gonna show you the crafting recipe for it because there's a reason why I never do it. 2 bolt, 2 scrap metal, 4 gunpowder. Hey, do you know how rare gunpowder is? Gunpowder is so goddamn rare in this stupid game. Sorry, I say stupid in like an affectionate way. Gunpowder is such a rare thing, and do you think you can get 4 gunpowder in one run? Do you really think you can get that? You're insane. It's almost like never worth it to get the skill. You think that you'll be able to craft like, oh, I can make like myself like a pipe bomb and use it reliably to fight with my enemy. Wait, why can you steal a pipe bomb from Caligura? Because Caligura is a piece of shit and he also has that, yeah. I had like 20 count power on my last run. You are so much more lucky than me then, because I never have pipe bomb in my run. Why does he even have it? I guess that given back the backstory of his like character, it just makes sense for him to have like weapons like that. I'm gonna search. Can he use it? He would use pipe smash. Attack and tries to use Abella. Ugh, I don't want to think about that. Letting the type of Abella also take her experience. Yeah, he can't even use pipe bomb in combat, and he doesn't even use it against you. But I do have to say this. 400 to 600 damage to all body parts is kind of insane. So it makes sense that like 4 gunpowder is like is rare, but like most of the time that you would end up walking around the city and to loot stuff, you're not gonna be able to craft it because like the resource is relatively hard to make. And most of the time, most of the resource will go towards making yourself like the Abella weapon, right? Bolt and scrap metals and duct tape is like the necessary thing you need to make for Abella weaponry. Unlike unless you're lucky like Alucard, where like he has like 20 gunpowder. I forgot your pronouns. I'm so sorry. They them. For now, they have like 20 gunpowder in their last run. But yeah, pipe bomb is not worth it. Not worth it. Maybe if Miro makes like certain way to get like I use all pronouns, no worries. Alright, cool. Unless Miro made like a guarantee way to like I don't know, if he adds in more shells so we can loot more, or maybe he adds in like lower the cost of like making a pipe bomb. But I don't think that should be the way to do it because pipe bomb is a really powerful item, right? You don't want every single player to get access to it. So it's okay that pipe bomb can stay in this little niche like this, but 9% of the time it's just not worth it. And you know what, you don't need this for your run because you have better way to do TPS anyway. Alright, now we are finally at the end of the contestant list. Now we have our dear friend Peepaw. August, the lovely Peepaw. It is a silly weapon though, yeah. It is a really silly weapon. It's fun to use, like 600 damage to all party parts. That's like a guaranteed way to deal with like Rayla last phase, but which is really good. It has a 100% chance to hit as well. So if you have a pipe bomb, you can quite frankly one shot like the Ratkin gang if you want to. But you know, not in this not like this. On to the next, we have Peepaw. Bloodlust. It sounds cool, right? Like, ooh, I'm going sicko mode, I'm going beast mode, I'm letting the dog out. What does it do? Applies the bloodlust status. And what does the bloodlust status do, you ask? Well, 1 second. Scroll down a little bit. Bloodlust. You gain 50% extra damage to your attack and auto-attack enemy randomly. You wanna know like a really funny thing about this? It says randomly. That means Hey, there's a reason why Pavel Yuden's skill on guard is really bad because it doesn't allow you to choose which limb you want to attack, right? It says attack an enemy randomly. It also means attack a random enemy body part randomly. And if it attack the head, which already have like a really high evasion rate, that is like I extra damage, but you can't control your character anymore. That's stupid. It is useless. On God, that you do not need this for your run. Like, hey, attack an enemy randomly could be like a cool thing, but also it lasts for 3 to 4 turns. You want control over your character to be good at this game. Bloodlust is not all that. And then there's gonna be like some fanboy of like traditional Gus character. I'm a Sigma barbarian, and there's like some like Sigma guy on the YouTube comment section being like, no, it's a good skill because like I'm going sicko mode. I'm dealing so much damage. Hey, you can deal more damage if you can control your own character. It's just not a good skill. All right, so on to the next one, shall we? Devour. It sounds cool. Now this is like a really like consistent thing with all of August's skill. It sounds cool, but it's not good. Do you know what Devour do? A barbaric trait of devouring the carcass of your opponent to ease hunger, and it is bugged. Normally, you would be able to eat the corpse of your enemy to gain back your hunger, but it is bugged, so you can't even do that. Do you know how funny that is? This is like this is Ragnarvalder's bloodline. Like, buddy, is not your bloodline is not going anywhere if like this is how August performs in the festival. Come on, it's so funny. Rest in peace. Devour is a on god useless skill. Oh god, no! Don't tell me all the skills gonna go here. Come on, I love him a lot. All right, Sishu. Sishu is a interesting skill. There we go. And let's hear the description for it, okay? Your will to live. You just grind your teeth together instead of dying. You're not ready just yet. Upon being hit, it would kill the user, then it leaves at one body instead. Remove upon reaching 1 health. You wanna know fun fact? The fact that you would need to use Sisu is funny because there's a certain item in the game exists that you can easily access called the Hardened Heart. You can buy them for 99 shillings. And by the way, there's an exploit in the game that allows you to get 99 shillings quite easily. That also do all that. So why would you waste a soul stone to get this skill? It's pathetic is what it is. I'm being so harsh, but just remember I have to see this in like an unbiased critical way. All of this skill is useless. Mr. Beast moment, yeah. Like you can eat, but it doesn't feed you for some reason. Yeah, exactly that. It doesn't do anything, unfortunately. You can roleplay, I guess, but that's about it. So unfortunately, Sisu is also gonna go into this tier list. One of his skill is missing. Where is it? Okay, it's actually missing from the list, but the last one is we're gonna talk about is Warcry. So Warcry actually have a use. I say it's actually have a good use. I am I'm Ragnarvalder all over the place now. Me when I'm Ragnarvalder and I'm Ragnarvalding all over the place. Warcry, right? Enemy will start focusing you for the rest of battle. Hey, that is basically what Pheromone did, but it also guarantees that you cannot miss. I actually need to check, does it guarantee it? There we go, yeah. Yep. It's just good. You would want enemy to target you, but I say in one specific situation because like, hey, if you have like 4 party member and all the other party member are like, oh, we don't have limb protection, but you do. You want to use Warcry on yourself so the enemy focus on you. That would make you like at a greater risk of dying, but honestly, that's a good skill. Unfortunately, Pheromone outweighs it because Pheromone can pick which one of your party member to get half that skill. So it's just obsolete. It's just not worth it, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, Warcry is just not worth it as a skill. Yeah. So finally, we have reached the God skill. These are skills that you can afford if you gain God's affinity, and God affinity can be achieved through like a lot of things in the game. You can gain armor affinity by talking inside the church with Osa. You can gain affinity by the simplest way, drawing a sigil of that god onto a imperfection or a perfection circle. And from there, once you reach a certain amount of affinity, that means you can reach more skill. So let's start off with the classic one. Everybody loves her. She's from the very first game of Fear and Hunger. She is the girl, the one and only. You know her, you love her. God of Fear and Hunger, or AKA the girl after she became the god, the new ascended god. So number one, we have Rot. Now, Burp, you know what I'm about to say next about the exploit, but we're gonna get to that real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, baby, yeah. Rot. Rot is a unique skill for every single enemy in the game because every single enemy has this effect. Let me just go to a random enemy, like let's go Heartless one. When you cast Rot, it will target a random body part of an enemy and then it will reduce the amount of HP that body part has. If like I cast Rot onto the torso of the Heartless one, her HP goes from 84,000 to 76,000. It's kind of good. It's really good. And there's a certain exploit that can happen if you do it with the mob. No, not the truth under the moonlight, mob. Thank you, mob. Here's the exploit that me and Burp mentions to me the other day. Hold on, there we go. So mob is one of the most dangerous enemy in the entire game because of this middle guy. He attacks 3 times with his like meat grinder, and all 3 times of it has a chance of both cutting off your limbs and as well as like bleeding you. However, when you cast Rot, if you're lucky and the Rot doesn't hit either the rifle guy or this guy, the mallet guy, and it hits the middle guy, a bug will occur where instead of like this guy staying with a bench grinder, he will transform into this guy. That's a cool exploit. That's a really funny exploit. So you don't even have to deal with the most ultra dangerous like creepy enemy anymore. Yeah, it's just good. And there's a lot of like situation with the game where you will have to fight like an enemy with like obscenely high HP, and then you can just cast Rot. Bada bing, bada boom, dead. So I would say Rot is a just good skill. It belongs in this tier. Rot is just a just good skill. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Yes. It's a very good exploit, and I like that the game has that. Next up, we have Mastery over Vermin. I would say this. Mastery over Vermin allows you to communicate with the smaller creature of the world. We got frogs, crows, and what's the third one? Frogs, crow, and mouse. And it's very fun. And now there's also like a little lore implication here because since you know, the girl from the original Fear and Hunger, she takes over the like the essence of the god of death. Since gods can't like they can't really fully die, they can only be absorbed by other gods. The girl inherits the ability to talk with like the smaller creature of the world, the insects, the vermins of the world. Mastery over Vermin is a God of Fear and Hunger skill for that reason. I like that a lot. With this skill, you can basically communicate with a lot of like the smaller creature of the world, and they will give you items. And by the way, some of them can give you really good items. It is an important part for some of the puzzle in the game where you can reach like really powerful items, and overall it's just good. However, is it like something that I take every run? No. But it is like something that you need to have in order to get something really strong that I'm gonna show you in like 5 seconds. Agility +1 is good for that same reason. You can get +1 agility from the God of Fear and Hunger with a cost of 2 soulstone. You need to get the Rot skill first, and then you get the agility +1. It's just good. And now this is why you don't mind having Mastery over Vermin in your team, in your skill list. Mischief of Rats. Let's see what is the description for the skill inside the wiki, shall we? God Affinity skill, and then we get Mischief of Rats. Summon a Mischief of Rats to disrupt the enemy. Rat spreads confusion and disease wherever they go. Deal 8 to 12 blunt damage with an 8% chance to inflict concussion status to all targets. Hey, did I mention why Wrench Toss is really good? A reliable way to stun an enemy? This is that, but like to every single enemy. And by the way, hey, remember Spice Forge? When the rats are mischievous, when the rats is, we are the rats, the rats. One of Osa's Spice Forge is called, it was like I would remember it was the red spice, where if you sprinkle it on top of like any spell, it will make that spell trigger 2 times, right? Double Mischief of Rats is enough to stun every single body part of an enemy. And here's the thing, every single body part of an enemy is like how the game like counts, like, oh, this body part is still alive, this enemy can cast this spell, this enemy can do this action. If all part of an enemy is stunned, then that means they just can't do anything while you wail away at it, isn't it? And one of the reasons why Osa is a nightmare to fight against, yes. It's really funny. Osa is like, probably I would argue that he is like the most difficult contestant fight in the entire game. He can both shut off your limb with hurting on his like hand that hold a shack, and the other hand can cast Mischief of Rats that can just stun an enemy. And fun fact, Latent Macabre also does I actually don't know this. Burf, can you confirm me? But does Latent Macabre like affect Osa as in his like contestant battle as well? If so, that's really funny, and I would love that. Anyway, Mischief of Rats is going straight to like the highest tier that you want to get every run, along with Spice Force, because these two just go so well together. Yeah. On to the next, Flesh Puppetry. Let's read it. Summon hands that deal up to 1.5 your attack at the end of your turn. And by the way, when it says 1.5 of your attack, it unfortunately doesn't mean what kind of like weapon you're holding. It only deals the damage that you can deal with your blunt attack, which makes barefisted proficiency actually kind of good when you can like get it combined with Flesh Puppetry. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Ah, I see. So the Dance Macabre doesn't affect the Osa contestant fight, which is a shame. But you know, what can you do? But anyway, Flesh Puppetry is, I say, is a more of a fun skill. However, it drains your mind every turn. 10 mind every single turn for your arm to have a chance of like dealing 3 times damage, right? It's just not good. It's also like, one second. It says that it scales off the amount of arms you have on your inventory, but let's read the total amount, right? There we go. The damage of a skill is heavily influenced by character attack, so in order to maximize damage, it is necessary that the weapon to add the most raw attack, like Circle Spear, as well as the attack buff, its damage is not affected by rev. Yeah. Flesh Puppetry is also a bit bugged. I would love it if you tell me which bug that it can affect. Tell me. I think it's something to do with the limb, right? It says that it gets stronger with how many limbs, body part that you have in your inventory. But most of the time, I see it deals the same amount of damage. Like if I have 10 limbs or like 50 arms and leg, the damage doesn't stack or doesn't really deal more. I'm kind of curious on the reason for why. But yeah, Flesh Puppetry is almost like, it's like, hey, consistent DPS. But consistent PPS for some reason. For some reason, out of nowhere, you get one of the spice variations. Really? Huh. Is it like a randomized variation, or is it just like a consistent variation every time? But yeah, continue on. Flesh Puppetry is just, it's just not that good. You have better way to deal with TBS in this game, so you know. I love the Undertale OST. Let's continue. We have finally made it to my favorite Christian god, Almer. Alright, so Almer's skill is kind of funny. No, it's not kind of funny, it's just really funny. So number 1, we have Blood Sword, a classic skill. The Blood Sword, When you use this skill, it will basically cost you a little bit of mind, but then you are now equipped yourself with a powerful one-handed weapon called a blood sword. I'm gonna grab it real quick. There we go, blood sword. Oh, look at that. It's just, this art is metal as hell. I like it a lot. But the blood sword is deals like 440 to 360 damage. And fun fact, it is also one of the like few weapons in the game that can deal otherworldly damage. And here's another fun fact. Most enemy in the game don't have evasion or like defense against like otherworldly magic. So this weapon is really good, but the only downside is that it took one turn to summon. One turn to summon is a lot. Like for the economy of the game, I'm gonna say this for argument's sake, it's not worth it, right? You want to use that turn for so many more things you need to do. You want to heal, you want to attack with a better weapon. To waste it one turn to use a blood sword, to summon a blood sword so you can attack the next turn, and especially early on when you're not like always guaranteed to have like I don't know 16 agility to do 2 things per turn, it's just not worth it. And even though I am arguing so much against it, it is still, if you don't have like a weapon that has like plus 50 attack, and trust me, there's a lot of weapons inside the game that doesn't have plus 50 attack, this is just a solid option. So I'm just gonna put in, it's just like a not necessary thingy, but it's good to have. It's good to summon yourself a blood sword and see what happened, right? So yeah, on to the next. We have a +1 to defense. It is on this list for the same reason that all of Tanaka's skill is on this list. A little bit of extra like defense to yourself is nice. It's good to have. I unfortunately do not know the exact coding or how it works, so how much does it scale is really up there in the air for me. But my perception of it is that I know that I deal more damage and I take less damage whenever I take this skill, and maybe that's okay, maybe that's fine. Alright? Inverse Crown of Thorn, it will give you, is a very special skill. It will basically give you like nhỏ hơi nói. Inverse Crown of Thorn is a very special skill. It basically gives you like an instant save point without using a God of Fear and Hunger totem or like a Book of Enlightenment, and it kind of makes sense, you know. You like kind of suffers a little bit to create like a save point for yourself, a save file for yourself inside the game. So I think it's a really good skill, and for that reason it's gonna be up here, and you take it every single run. Anyway, let's continue on to rare yeah, this is the actual placement for it. Inverse Crown of Thorn is basically suicide, but with a little extra flair. When you use it, you just die. It's funny that's in the game, but if you use it, you just die. I like that skill. It's funny. It's funny. Let's go on to rare. Review aura. Useless. The reason why? If you play the game enough and you be knowledgeable enough about the game, you kind of realize that you can learn the schedule of the character in the wiki.gg page. Hey, if you don't like going outside the game to search it up, maybe review aura will be helpful for you. Maybe the first few times that you play the game, it will be helpful for you. You get to know where the other contestants are, and you know how to save them or how to kill them, right? It is very much a beginner type of skill, and that's okay. That's fine. I just find it useless because I have played this game for so long and I know so many things about it already. I say it's not just borderline useless because it's just not worth it. I feel like there's like a little bit of helpfulness you can get from review aura that tells you the location of all contestants, but that's about it. And yeah, that's about it. Mind read. It is another skill that is for lore reason. It is on the same list as diagnosis because mind read is just extra dialogue for you to read, extra little tidbit of information about the world, extra information about a character. That's good, that's fun, but for gameplay purposes, it's just not that helpful. I don't know, maybe it'll increase your like. I do like reading mind read dialogue of characters to know what they really think, so you know, just gonna put it there, yeah. Up next we have plus 25 mind capacity from the rare skill tree. And this bad boy is going up there onto the it's just good. Plus 25 mine. And hey, if you're playing like a magic build, that's just a good skill to have. That's just a really good skill to have, right? And like combine that with like the beetle stone where it heals like for 10% of your like mine every turn. That's like what, plus 12 plus 13 mine every single turn that you do not like do anything. Really good. So I'm just gonna put it up there in the it's just good category. Not something that I would like want to take every single run, but you know, if I have a spare soulstone and want to like invest a few in like the rare tree, sure, I'll do it. Up next we have Golden Gates. This is also a skill that is just good. Golden Gates allows you to access basically a shortcut to every single rare dimension in the game. And when I say every, I mean it. Every single rare dimension besides the one inside the church with the Heartless one, yes. And that's just like a fast travel point. You can basically get between the cities so much more faster and so much more easier without, you know, risking yourself dying. There's like a rare gates inside the church, inside the church basement, where you find Samarie. There's another like rare golden gates inside the Tunnel 7. There's even like, there's way more. There's one that is connected to the orphanage, right? Like fast travel point between all parts of the city, in a like easy and reliable way. Sign me in. So yeah, it's up there. Up next we have pheromones. This is why Warcry from the who was it? August skill tree is so like bad comparison to like the other skill that we have seen so far. Pheromones allows you to make one party member right now to be the main target for all enemy. That's good. That's good. You can take away the heat from yourself, and if you want to heal yourself up, you can basically like use that turn to like, hey, focus on that guy instead, and you choose them to be the one to defend. It's a good skill. It's a solid skill, especially with an enemy like I say like the platoon, where it can like basically one shot 90%, like no, it can one shot 100% most of the like character in the game that can be recruited. Having pheromone and then target it on yourself, someone who already have like the hardened heart equipped, then you can basically be the tank for the team for the rest of the battle. Unfortunately, it does have a chance of missing, but the benefit that you can have from pheromones, it just outweighs every single thing. And here's another fact: pheromones is the first skill that you learn from the Venushka tree, so you can always have not Venushka, Sylvan tree. So you can always have it in your like inventory. It's good. I will rank it not necessary, but good to have. No, it's just good. No, not necessary, just good to have. Because 90% of the time, I guarantee that like on every like the average run, you can only have like 2 or 3 party member. That if you're like new to the game. So pheromones would just like be in that placement. Especially in the end game where you only have like one party member to like do for like B ending, and you only have like ghouls and ghoulies with you. You rather want to save them around so they can, you know, do that special Spice Forge exploit where you can, you know, throw like black orbs at the enemy. It's just good. On to the next skill, shall we? And we're almost done, and I've how long has it been? Let me check. 3 hours of doing this. Yeah, there's a lot of skill in the game, but you know. On to the next skill, we have +1 magic defense from the Sylvan tree. It's just solid. That's about it. It's just solid. What more can I say? More stats. Loving Whisper and Healing Whisper. Alright, so Loving Whisper is that you can sacrifice a little bit of your mind to heal up a solid amount of HP from an ally. And combine that with the fact that there's a lot of way to like get like infinite mind in this game, it's just good. It kills any critical state of a single party member as well, like for 30 mind. That's good. Really good. And then suddenly there's a better version of it where it heals every single party member instead. And by the way, heal upwards to like 70 HP is really good. Alright? The other one kills like upward to 96 health, which is already good enough, but heal all party member? For one action to heal your entire team and cure them of any like type of like negative effect they might have? Oh, sign me in, mamacita. Sign me in, baby. Healing Whisper and Loving Whisper is gonna be ranked relatively high on the list for that reason as well. It's just good. And after this stream is done, I feel like I would post this. I will post a link to this so you guys can actually do a tier list of yourself. And if you want to, add me on Twitter about it. My Twitter is at t-melty, and you can just connect me through there and tell me what is your ranking for these like little little skills that you have. Loving Whisper and Healing Whisper, relatively high up there. We're almost done. Let's get this over with, yeah. So now we have Brain Flower and Heart Flower, both of which requires you to have a Venushka affinity and Sylvan affinity both at the same time to get. Brain Flower and Heart Flower both functions relatively the same in comparison to the first Fear and Hunger game. You will basically interact with a corpse. It says you can like basically sow down the seed of like a brain or a heart, and then later on, after a certain amount of time, you have to come back to the body to harvest it, and it is a item that heals 150 mind if it's the Brain Flower, or 150 health if it's the Heart Flower. Really good healing item, but did you know that you can also get it if you steal them from the Dark Priest, from the Crimson Father, from the Inquisitor? Do you know that you can also do that? You can just do that and you're done. So yeah, they're not that helpful, and the fact that you had to like backtrack back to the body, to the corpse, like 90% of the time I will sow down a seed and then I would just leave the area and I won't come back for like a while. And by the time that I'm back, I'm like already, oh yeah, I have this, but I already loot enough to get so many healing items. I don't even need this anymore. You know what I mean? So it's gonna stay relatively low. Now we are finally arriving into the Venushka tier list. The Venushka skill tier list. Pyromancy trick, the very first skill that you can learn from the Venushka tree. It is helpful. It's just good. A reliable way to deal fire damage to an enemy that has a 60% chance to inflict the burning status. Oh, sign me in. It doesn't even cost rev, by the way. It's free. 10 mine? That's just really good. I like it a lot. I really like it. It is solid as hell. 1 second, let me put a chair on my leg so I can like kind of rest it a little bit. It's been like really sore. Anyway, Pyromancy trick is just a good skill. And in fun fact, Marina can have that base skill whenever she like walks in the when you recruit her as a party member. So keep that in mind. Up next we have Combustion, Pyromancy trick, like better cousin, because this has a this deals all to all target. So you have a chance to inflict burning to every single target in the battlefield. Unfortunately, it has a lower hit rate, so you have to pay attention to that. But other than that, it's solid. For the final boss fight of the game, Combustion can be good. However, the unreliableness of it, like can miss, can throw you off from your runs a lot. So it's gonna unfortunately rank a little bit lower. But just know, if you have a way to increase your like what is the word for it? Increase your hit rate, then maybe it's like gonna be better. It's gonna be standing. It's just good, but like at the very bottom of it, essentially, all the way to the bottom. On to the next one, shall we? My back. The next one we have is the +2 magic attack that you can get from the Venushka tree. Like I said, stat buff is just good. It's just good. I'm actually gonna rank all the like all the offensive stats relatively way higher than the other one, because these bad boys are very helpful, incredibly helpful. You know, more stats means more way to deal damage to the enemy, and like more defense against an enemy. It's just solid. Scorch Earth. Now this is a funny, debatable skill. It basically like gives all enemy on the field. There we go. 1 second. 100% chance to inflict the small burning status to all targets. And this is why pyromancy trick is also really good. Where is it? Small burning, one target, one battle. You lose 1 HP per turn. However, increase the fire damage of all enemy, including yourself, by the way, 300% times 3 damage for one battle if you use fire attack. And let me tell you one thing, there's only like a few enemy in the game that can do fire damage relatively like consistent per turn. So if you use this for like every major boss fight, you can melt down a boss HP if you just cast like Scorch Earth and then just spam Pyromancy Trick the entire time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautifully designed skill. I love it so much. It actually makes like setting up like for a fire build actually really fun to do. And I like it a lot. So for that reason, we're gonna put Scorch Earth relatively high. It's just good. Probably like in the middle session, because it does require a setup to do, but when you do that, you can basically just spam fire attack to an enemy and just beat them down. It's good. Spontaneous combustion is another suicide skill. Like the inverse crown of thorn, when you use this, you will die, but instead you got set on fire. I don't know the implication of Venushka. No, actually, no, it makes sense. Venushka is a god of nature, so I guess like fire is a part of nature as well, and that's why you have it. But I tell you, why would you ever use this one? So yeah, spontaneous combustion, you don't need it. Root that reap. It is a skill. It is a spell from the Venushka tree. There we go. It deals 35 to 53 damage to all targets. And hey, I'm gonna tell you a really funny part. It has a 100% chance of hit. And 100% chance to hit rate is really consistent. Unfortunately, it has a really high cost, 2 ref point. However, the damage is very like, it scales very very well with like increase your magic attack. So having this bad boy on your team can help you deal with a lot of enemy in the game. And a little fun fact, if you think that what was it, Spice Forge Black Smog is a bit too expensive, this is even more expensive, but this is a reliable way to basically one-shot most enemy in the game. You can literally enter combat, let the first Roots at Rib happen, and boom, the enemy is just dead, because this is a 100% chance to hit the target's head as well, right? Bada bing, bada boom, enemy just dead. And 90% of the time, that's how you would see people build around this. Groggoroth and Venushka are the 2 trees that you would want to invest yourself in. Groggoroth can get an infinite affinity, so it's never worth it to do that. But so you want to save most of your circle to get yourself some Venushka affinity. So Root That Reap is gonna like stand relatively high, not taking it every single run, but you know what I mean. On to the next one, photosynthesis. So remember earlier when I talk about Pav and I say that hey, it's like healing 1 health per like every time you walk in the overworld? It's like infinite HP kinda, but it's not good. Well, photosynthesis is that, but better. It heals every 20 seconds. And then the greater version of it heals every 6 seconds. However, it only works during the day, during daytime and afternoon. I photosynthesis, I eat the sun. Yeah, kinda similar to that. You're basically devouring the sun when you think about it, but still, it's kind of cool, it's kind of whatever, but I think having it is just relatively fun to have. But it's not that helpful, and I feel like you wouldn't want to waste like a soul stone for it every single time, and especially in Master mode, like you can't even use this in Master mode, come on. Master mode is always during nighttime, right? There's no user for it there. Could be fun, could be fun. We made it to the Groggoroth skill tree, finally. My back. There we go. Stretch a little. Attack +1 is, you know my opinion on it, is just a good skill. Let's talk about necromancy though. Necromancy is fun as a skill because it allows you, now you can get extra party member even if all contestant in the game is dead. With the necromancy skill, and remember this, as long as you haven't sawn off the head of any enemy, you can use necromancy on them. Are we still fungering after this? I don't think we have enough time, so I think we're gonna save that for tomorrow's stream. We're gonna coach you next stream, okay? Sorry, Ari. I think after this stream, I'm just gonna get really tired because we haven't streamed for 3 hours. So yeah, unfortunate, but what can you do? We're gonna do it next stream, I promise. And we're gonna do a Marina B ending. That means we're gonna kill Samarie, but you know, Toxic Yuri. Necromancy is a good skill, is a solid skill. I ranked it relatively high. You can use it on the sickle villager, and you can use it, there we go. You can do it on a sickle villager and a soldier, and there's a total of 3 soldiers in the game that you can find throughout the world, and I say it's worth it to like visit their body every time. See this guy? This is what he looks like inside your team. Look at that handsome face, that bleeding disgusting face. Ooh. Yeah, it's a good skill to have. Anyway, Blood Golem. This is another reliable way to get party member. Like I said, you use 1 turn to summon a Blood Golem with 200 HP, and he's gonna be your meat shield for the rest of the battle. It's good, isn't it? Grr, yeah, sorry girl. We're gonna do it next stream. Blood Golem is just good. Hey, you got an extra tank, come on. And as you can tell from my voice, I'm getting like relatively tired from speaking too much, so we're gonna finish this relatively quick, okay? Hurting, oh, we love this skill. It basically is a high damage skill that's scaled with rev points. Is so useful on the enemy because it can just pop out like one limb of from your party member, but when you use it, it's just not that strong. But it's just good because it's like, what? It's just like a good skill to have. Look, it deals overworldly damage. 276 is enough to pop 90% of the enemy in the early game. It's just good. And damage is affected by red point as well. Lovely, lovely skill. On to the next one, shall we? Escape plan. This is a Karin sour skill that I forgot to add in earlier, so it's just like a little bit lower. And I say it's not necessary, but good to have. It just increases your chance of running away from battle. So if you have like 20 agility on top of this thing, it will, you know, make sure you can run from like 90% of the battle in the game. It's just solid, it's just good, and it's nice to have. Karin sour. Yeah, I know you're gay. It's very obvious. Black Smog. Oh yeah, personal favorite of mine. Take it, everyone. Black Smog has a chance of blinding an enemy, and like is also like an AoE attack. And blinding an enemy is just fun, right? Blinding makes an enemy like has a 75% chance to like hit you, and just having it up there. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good, especially if you combine it with like first like Black Smog. Like if you have Spice Forge, bada bing bada boom, you can one-shot most enemy and you can blind them before the battle even starts. It's just good. Wow, are you not gay? Tell me, Ari, are you not? Yeah, I figured so. Black Orb is the like the highest DPS damage you can deal the entire game. Nothing can come close to, well, I am exaggerating it, but like Daan's Macabre as its strongest point, and then Black Orb, you will deal upwards to like 1200 damage, like 1500 damage, like 1600 damage, almost 2k if you like stack up your buff like in the correct way. I am a lesbian. Sorry, are you not a lesbian? Exactly. That's why you lust over Karin Sour so much. Anyway, Black Orb is really good. It stays up there. And I'm almost running out of energy. So let's talk about these bad boys. Oh yeah, the new game plus skill. Chains of Torment is something you can get whenever you defeat the optional boss fight. Who was it? Shambara? Yeah, Shambara, the Tormented one. An optional boss fight in the game. He's not that hard to deal with, and it's not necessary. It's just like a good skill. But I feel like the DPS potential cannot reach in comparison with the other skill that exists in the game. So we're gonna rank him relatively low. So this is the new game plus skill. Due to a bug in the game, you can actually both unlock Red Arc and Moth Swarm if you just play in the fear and hunger difficulty. If you complete a ending, you get both of these skills, and I'm gonna tell you, Red Arc is a skill that has a 100% chance to hit an enemy. Here, let me show you. New game plus skill. There we go. It has a chance of 100% chance of hitting an enemy. It deals 210 to 314 otherworldly damage, with a 100% chance to inflict the concussion, to basically stun. That is incredible to have. You would not survive Massimo without Red Arc. Red Arc is just good. Oh, Bamboozle, welcome back. Hi, good to see you. We're almost done. When we're done with this, we're gonna have a little break and then we're gonna see the clip that you showed me earlier, okay? But yeah, Red Arc is obscenely the best skill in the entire game, and nothing comes close. Yeah. Having Red Arc and Abella at the same time, meaning that you can stun both Arm of the Sargo and you can basically finish that fight without taking any damage. Having Red Arc and like what was it? Having Red Arc and the let me recount, Wrench Toss at the same time guarantee you that you can beat the Death Mask, the fucking Death Mask, without taking any damage. That is incredible. Incredible skill to have. And that's why it ranks so high. Look, lovely. Amazing skill. What next? Moth Swarm. It's just good. Moth Swarm is a attack 3 times. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it scales really well. And for every damage that instant death damage that it deals, it heals you back equal amount. And there's not a lot of skill in the game that can do that, right? There's a like something good about the uniqueness of it. Also, welcome back, Bamboozle. Hi, good to see you. Where did you go, by the way? Either way, welcome back, but where did you go? Moth Swarm is just really good. You place it relatively high because like you don't have a lot of skill that gives you back your HP besides like getting the Leechmonger ring. And this is basically the Leechmonger ring, but for spellcast user. Yeah, it's good. Lunar Meteorite is a skill that you can get from, there we go, ending B. Lovely. Lunar Meteorite is like a single target spell. However, it deals like a lot of damage to a single body part. However, why would I want to use Lunar Meteorite when I have Red Arc? Why would I just want to deal some damage instead dealing some damage and stun at the same time, right? It's just good. And I'd rather not have Lunar Meteorite at all. So it's just not worth it to have. Lunar Storm is funny because it's basically just Lunar Meteorite but for every single target. And it costs 15 mine and 2 rep points. Hey. There's better option out there, but a good thing that you should know about these things is that they can be take regardless of whether or not you have like affinity into a certain god. So I say there's like a nicheness to it, but it's gonna rank relatively high up there, but it's not worth it. Longinus, I just wanted to finish some stuff I had to do. I see. Awesome. So welcome back. We're gonna take a break after we're done with this as well, don't worry. Longinus is, you basically is a blood sword of Almer. If Almer summons you a blood sword so you can fight in combat, Longinus summons you a blood spear that you can summon in combat. It's just good. It requires 2 limb to use, but like, come on, it's like otherworldly damage. I'm gonna rank him relatively close to the blood sword actually. Give me a second. Longinus, fine blood sword. It's just good somewhere around here. Let's just load like in the middle section of it. And that is every single skill and spell in Fear and Hunger Termina. If you have any more question about this, please comment down below. We are still recording this video. I hope you guys didn't forget that. So yeah, if you guys want to say bye YouTube now, this is your one chance to do it, because we're gonna take a break after this. So yeah, my ranking is definitely not biased at all because I have played this game a lot and I am quite knowledgeable in the game. I do pride myself in that part. Yay, congrats T. Yep. So bye YouTube, thank you for watching the video, and it's gonna cut in about now. Hi, post-editing T here. Thank you for making it to this point in the video. It's the ending. So what do you think about this video, yeah? This is the very first time where I think I spent a solid 3 or 4 hours making every single like little timestamp and thumbnail for every one of the lovely little timestamp, again repeat my word, but timestamp thumbnail that you see in this video. This took a lot of effort, and I would really appreciate it if you guys leave a like on the video and perhaps comment on it. I do hope that you guys find this video informal, because that is the end goal here. Fear and Hunger has a very special place in my heart, and I would love to, you know, let more people know about this game and more people to enjoy it. And I know that it's a very hard game to get into because of the very rampant difficulty. Like, you know, it like has a I can't speak, but a very high difficult level, and it will be better if people have more resource, more guide, and especially someone who is like fluent in both like the gameplay and the fandom. I am very honored if I will be that person for you. So thank you for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, all that shit. Bye. Oh god, please stop, please, please, please.